And we are live on a Monday night back in the building. I said to Kyle, I'm running on fumes. So first off, there are too many versions of like shit on the shelf just with energy drinks, flavors, brands. Like at some point, there's like regulations on all this shit. Like at some point, you got to put a regulation on different type of shit to buy. Cause I just like this one alone, whatever this is that I have, Ghost energy drink. The reason I bought this one is because it looked like it was all sold out. Like I had to reach all the way back in the shelf to get it. I was like, maybe people fuck with it. That's why I went with it. And then I saw it was Swedish Fish. So I was like even more so drawn to it. But there was Sour Patch Kids. There was blue Sour Patch Kids, like there's just too many options of different energy drinks that like if I was an energy drinker, it'd be impossible to stay with one brand because I would just be like, let me try this shit. And you can try new shit every week.
They've actually done studies on this and people prefer not having a lot of choices.
Yes.
Yeah, they've done studies and like there's a certain number that's like ideal. I don't know what the number is, if it's like 2 or 3 or something like that. But once you get to like 15, 20, 25, 30, it's just like it's paralyzing because you're like, I don't know what of these things I want. Like it makes you feel like, and then when you pick something, you're not happy with it because you're like, I could have got that other shit that looked just as good. And this one's mediocre. That one maybe was like really good.
Yep.
And so it's true, man. Like that's why, like I've always been this is probably not good to be like this in a relationship, but usually like if Crystal's hungry or I'm hungry and we're about to eat dinner and she's like, where do you want to eat? I'm always like, I don't know. I'm never like this shit right here. I'm always like, I don't know.
That's a tough one. I mean, like, because there's so many fucking options. But but on the flip side of that, I feel like we get mad when there's no option. Then we're like, yo, like, why? Like, you can't have a monopoly on that shit. So like, it's almost like, which way do I prefer? And I almost prefer them just being like, yeah, there's 2 options of that shit. Either chocolate or vanilla.
Bro, think of like Five Guys, for example.
Yeah.
They do it just right, where it's like you got like a couple different options for the burger, like the single burger, the double burger. You got the hot dog, you got the fries. Like that's it, bro. Like it's like super limited and super simple, but like nobody ever walks out of Five Guys like, damn, I really fucked up getting what I got. No, everybody's like, I got the exact shit I wanted, you know?
I got the shit that I wanted.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I chose this one. It's not bad. And literally when I took the first sip of it, and I've never drank energy shits, but I took the first sip and I don't know if it was just mental or not, but I was like, oh shit. Like I kind of feel awake.
You got to be careful. Those things, man. Look how much caffeine there is in that, because most energy drinks I feel like are now over 200 milligrams in caffeine, which is like, and that's not even all the uppers because they put like taurine in that bitch and all different kinds of uppers. And so like those things will keep, for me, I feel like you're a fast processor of caffeine. So like you'll probably be okay. But
200
for me,
milligrams per can.
It's only 100, it says?
200.
200. See, that's a lot. 200, like.
But there's like 1,000 milligrams of some shit called like Carnipure or some shit. I don't know. You can't see it.
Yeah, no, we can't see it. It's not focusing on it. But like, there's a bunch of uppers in there. 200 milligrams is a lot. And then with whatever the other uppers are, you probably only need half that can and you'll be flying, bro.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of, I'm like scared of the Monster Energy like brand. I just feel like I've seen too many like demonic videos where they're like,
saw those shits too.
If you look at the M and you know, if you really look closely at it, the M looks like a Christ statue figurine. Like there's too many scary things that I'm like, I will never drink a Monster Energy drink just because I'm too scared. And that if I'm holding one, people are just going to assume that I'm like a right wing, you know, conservative, like deer hunting, like gun touting person.
It's funny how casual we are with drinking energy drinks. Like I remember being like, I don't know, like 15 or 14 and just going to the garage and getting like a green. My mom got the green Monster Energy ones and the black with the green M. Yep. And like, I would just go grab an energy drink and drink it on some normal shit. And it's like, that's not some normal shit. Like you're basically having crack cocaine in a can. Like that shit'll really impact you big time. People who like, if they don't eat in the morning, but they drink an energy drink, a lot of people fuck their stomach up that way bad. Like
If
real,
no
like
food and just
long-term
have energy
damage.
drink.
Yeah. Long-term damage type shit.
Yeah, I mean, I can give you some other ways to fuck up your stomach. I just saw Taco Bell did a collab with like Frank's Red Hot sauce. I don't know if you saw
Oh.
that shit, but like I'm not a hot sauce guy. I don't know if you are or not. You like hot sauce?
No, I like my spice can get up to like medium. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I can handle like a medium spice.
I don't think I dislike Frank's Red Hot sauce, but I never understood when people put hot sauce on their eggs. Like people get mad at me for putting ketchup on my eggs, but when
Me
I
too.
see
Yeah,
someone
people get
put
mad at me for that.
hot sauce on their eggs, I'm like, you're straight bugging. Like that those two don't even I don't even know why you're putting hot sauce on your eggs. That to me is like a strange one.
I get relentlessly bullied for the ketchup on my eggs.
Me too.
Relentlessly. Like
Yeah,
everybody in the family makes fun of me, and I'm like, this is the most normal shit in the fucking world. When you go
super normal.
to a deli and let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese with salt, pepper, ketchup on a
Mhm.
fucking bagel or on a roll or whatever. Like, but apparently that's a very New York thing to put ketchup on eggs, and I feel like that's crazy.
The first thing I do when I get an omelet, I'll grab the ketchup and I'll like the whole thing. The whole thing gets like just drenched in ketchup. And then like on my potatoes and then mash it all up. I don't know where that started. Yeah, to your point, if it's just a East Coast thing, but ketchup on eggs seem normal. But I feel like hot sauce on eggs is more common outside of the East Coast. Like I feel like
Right? Yeah.
that was adopted maybe because I don't know, like is barbecue kind of the official food of America that like is more a hot tasting food that like hot sauce spawned off of that?
I don't know, man. It's a good
Or
question
grits?
for
Grits is
people.
common, and I think people put hot sauce on grits.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but I do feel like it's a bigger thing in the South and the Midwest to put hot sauce on eggs. I try not to judge it because I know how much it sucks getting judged for your ketchup on the eggs. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, that's true. I
I'm
don't
like,
judge
I'll
it.
let you rock. Go ahead, put Thousand Island on your eggs for all I care. You know?
But don't like offer me that shit after if I'm eating with you and you're like, "Hey, do you want to finish this?" and you put hot sauce on it. Don't don't offer me that shit. Nick's tonight, we have yogurt in the fridge. And I don't know how you were growing up, but did you ever like drink straight out of the carton in your fridge?
Um, no, I'm not known to do that, but I am known to eat out of the ice cream carton.
And like if it's like a family ice cream, like or like do you designate it as your own after you like have dug into it?
So if I look at it and I feel like there's a chance I could kill it, then I'll eat it straight out of the carton
Yep, yep.
with the spoon. But sometimes it's like I didn't estimate properly, you know, and so like, and I just got to put it back.
But
Even though
do you notify people? Like you're like, hey, I kind of went to town on that shit, or is it kind of known when they open it?
it's kind of known. I'd say it's kind of known. Like I'll do
Okay.
it in front of people, you know.
I know when I was younger, we would get the diesel Tropicana, like the I don't know if 2 liters come in orange juice, but in the middle of the night, like I'm not reaching for a glass. I would just open the fridge and just straight drink from that shit, put it back in the fridge, and I feel like I wouldn't tell any family members, and that was just like it was just kind of accepted and known. Maybe Jed and Davina were doing that shit too. But like that was I feel like that was my shit to do. So tonight, Nick's like opened up the yogurt and was like swirling it with her finger, and like I was like, that's not a thing. Like, that's like even with a spoon, that's not a thing. So you put your finger in the yogurt. So it just made me think about like going into the fridge and like straight drinking from the carton, like was pretty common. I feel like it's more common than it is uncommon.
But it's also just diabolical to drink orange juice in the middle of the night type shit. Like
That too.
that's like just waking yourself up to go right back to sleep, you know? Because that shit is just pure sugar.
That is very true. But and also milk too. I mean, like kids drink milk in the middle of the night. I feel like it's kind of it's very uncommon to drink for a grown ass man to go down and have a glass of milk in the middle of the night. Also,
I feel like it's uncommon for a grown ass man to drink milk. Like just drink milk. You know what I'm saying?
that is
I,
a good point. So I help out at the Westchester Knicks, and they have on stage they have coffee and they have like milk in this canister, and they had some brownies on the shit, and I was like, I'm not even gonna get coffee. I just want like a glass of the milk shit, but it's like a little, so I'm like filling up my whole glass. So I had the brownies, and they're banging. Fill up a full glass of milk. I don't know what brand they use, but that shit was like the best milk I've ever. It was like creamy, and it wasn't half and half. It was like milk and bubbly, and I don't know. I kind of agree with you that for a grown ass man to be drinking some milk is on some like baby like weird ass shit. Like there's some like some mommy issues there. But on the flip side, you could have a glass of milk that could be banging as fuck. And what about like having milk with cookies or something? Like that's okay.
Yeah, there's more of a pass there. There's more
Yeah.
of a pass because that's like then it's not even about the milk. It's more the cookies with the milk. It's the mix together. In the same way that like if a grown man has cereal, nobody judges the grown man for eating cereal. Like that's part of the thing is you put milk in the cereal, you know? But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. A grown ass man drinking milk. Like I know our youngest was obsessed with milk. Like she would
Mhm.
have milk every morning. She would call it Milky. We'd refer
Mhm.
to it as Milky in the house. And like she would want it to be heated up in the microwave a little bit, have like warm milk in the morning. And I feel like she did that up until a point. Like there was a moment where I was like, she's been doing this for a while. I feel like she might keep doing it like a really long time. But then she sort of within the past year or two, she's like, I'm not gonna just drink milk. Like that's some baby shit, you know? So like when there's a kid being like, that's some kid shit, then definitely a grown ass man drinking milk. I don't know, man. I'm not judging if somebody does it. Like by all means do it. But you gotta be at least a
You
little bit
side eye it
aware.
a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be at least a little bit aware of how that comes across. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna. It's like a dude on the beach wearing those old school speedos, those tight ass speedos that are just like super tight underwear.
Yeah.
Like if you're a grown ass man at a pool or on a beach and you're wearing that, like
People are gonna look at you a little weird.
people are gonna look at you, even if you're like I don't know, you're from Sweden and people wear those shits in Sweden, or like I don't know, you swam in 1995 competitively and you wore it. Like there might be a backstory, but like you got to accept people are gonna look at you like, why are you wearing those tight ass, skinny ass things, bro?
Yeah, I guess so. I kind of feel that way when I order apple juice at the diner. Like I feel like at any age,
Facts.
like if I see like I'm 37 and I order apple juice, and a little part of me is like, I know apple juice. Yep,
I
yep.
dude,
Don't judge me.
when I get a Shirley Temple, I feel that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Every now and then, on a special occasion, I'll be like, let me get a Shirley Temple.
And then they always ask, whatever age you are, you're like, you want extra cherries in that bitch?
And the server will look at me like really?
Like,
you want a
for
Shirley
you?
Temple? And it's like, yes, I do. So,
Yeah.
but that's the point is if somebody the table over shoots me a look, I got to hit him with like yeah, you're right. Like, it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy, but I fuck with it, you know?
And then you're like, yeah. And then you're like, excuse me, babe, I got to go change my diaper. And then you walk to the bathroom. You say some like more OD shit after that. Yeah, I don't know. The apple juice one for me is kind of like it takes me back. Like if I saw a 60 or 70-year-old man ordering an apple juice, I'd be like, damn, that guy's still a kid at heart. Like he's still got a little, kid in him. Because even when I get Happy Meals for my daughters, the only shit they offer really is chocolate milk or apple juice. So it's like a designated kid drink. It's not like they're saying like, do they want, Dr. Pepper with this shit as well? Like there's standards when it comes to sodas, but there's no standard when it comes to like fruit drinks that like there's no bottom age cutoff,
Yeah, that's true.
Or
And
maybe
you're
there
right.
is.
I've noticed that too. It's either milk or the apple juice, the honest apple juice.
Yes, the honest one is popular. I had yesterday. Did you see Ben Stiller has a soda? It's called Stiller's.
No, I didn't see that. I did see. Wasn't he on the cover of some magazine with Carl Anthony Towns?
Probably. He's like huge Knicks fan, so it doesn't.
Yeah,
It
I
wouldn't
saw
like,
some
surprise
shit.
me.
I was scrolling Twitter and I saw some magazine cover that was Ben Stiller and Carl Anthony Towns. I was like, that's kind of weird that they're just them together, you know?
Yeah, he's like. I mean, he's maybe last year is where I've really started to see him like amp up his Knicks like fandom, and he goes hard. Like he went to away, playoff games, and kind of like is always tweeting about them. But
we saw him. We saw him at the game we were at, me and Crystal. Remember we went?
Yeah, he goes. He
was there
every single game, and he's one of the fans where I was told that like the Knicks like started taking away a lot of the celebrities' tickets that like who wouldn't come out, or would leave early from the game. Like there's articles of some celebrities that like they were given tickets by the team, which to me is like, yeah, I get it, you're giving celebrities tickets, but like that always amazed me that like celebrities and like rich people are the first ones to get free shit,
So true, because they don't need it. They got the money. They could they could pay for it themselves.
Exactly. So
I'll put you on in a second. When you're done explaining this, I got a story for you that you're gonna find amazing.
Yeah. So anyway, so like he was one of those that like stays regardless, but they had celebrities that were like apparently leaving games early, and they were like, I don't know if like Emma Watson maybe was one, but like people were leaving early and they weren't allowed to like get their tickets back.
Bro, all right, you ready for this? So
Hmm.
me and Crystal realized this when we were there. They do the celebrity row and they record, they show them and everything. And you
Yep.
know how now the game we were watching was on Amazon Prime.
Hmm.
Well, I think Amazon Prime, I think they pay certain celebrities to go to the game because they use that to then do the celebrity row shit, show them on the big screen. Then they would play like a trailer or some shit.
Yep. Hmm.
And then you would see like that show is on Amazon.
Ah.
So it was like Ray Romano was there. They played a clip from Everybody Loves Raymond. They were like, that bitch is on Amazon Prime. You had Edie Falco from The Sopranos was on
Yep.
that shit. You had fucking remember the guy from the show You, the Netflix show You? He was there. He was there front row too. Something Goldberg.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
Jeff Goldblum or something?
No. Jeff Goldblum is the old guy. I'm talking about
okay,
young
okay.
guy, something Goldberg, I think his name is. Maybe I'm just making up that
Goldberg the
what his
wrestler?
name is. But the Goldberg the wrestler. No, but there were like 4 or 5 celebrities where they would show their face, then they show a trailer of some shit they were in, and then
And be
you
like,
would see like
catch
it's
them
on Amazon Prime right now. So me and Crystal were able to piece together. They're definitely paying those people to sit front row.
100%.
And that's great. Like you said, that's crazy. Those tickets for anybody else would cost like $50,000.
Yep.
Some insane shit. They're just getting handed them.
Yep.
You know, and then getting paid on top of it.
Yeah, they did that at the World Series. There was a movie. It was a creepy movie where like it was called like Smile or something like that, where like they just had like a really creepy smile, but like they like killed people or something like that. And they placed these people. They paid like just random people to sit like in the camera shot of the pitcher. So it'd be like behind home plate, you know, like in a very visible spot, and the whole game they were just like smiling, very creepy. So like you're watching and you're like, oh, that's weird, but it's mad funny, and you can look it up after or whatever. But like, so they had one of these people that like they must pay them mad money, and literally they just smiled the whole game. But they're like, when a foul ball comes at you during a baseball game, whether the fence is there or not, like the gate, your first reaction is on some like, oh shit, like. So this person is smiling the whole game, and you see them like the ball goes back, and the lady is like, so she breaks character to like try and block the ball. It's mad funny. It was like the first time that like I had ever seen one of those people crack from like a natural thing happening during like the game or whatever like that. So that was mad funny to see.
It's like those what is it? The British soldiers that are at the castle that just have to sit there, stand there like this.
You know,
with their big ass hats on.
Is like those are real people. So like there's videos. I think it was just I don't know the comedian's name that I like, but he just went to go see one of them. If someone says like a funny ass joke in front of one of them, you don't think that like they would laugh at that shit? Like, how are they trained that well?
I think they're just trained. I feel like they practiced for that for a really long time. That's my guess. That's my guess as to why.
Well, it has to be, but if someone comes up out of nowhere and is just like, you got that little meat in there, you know, like how do you not like break character for a second and be like,
I mean, I'm sure it's happened.
Talk about my meat.
It's definitely happened, but it's just rare, you know? I feel like it's just most of the time they're able to brush that bitch off. If you really try hard, if you're really committed to, I'm not going to fucking react to shit, I feel like 70% to 80% of people could actually pull that shit off. You know, like if I go to a comedy club and I tell myself I'm just not going to fucking laugh at any of this shit, I might actually be able to not laugh at any of the shit. You know,
so? I feel like just by nature, like if someone says something genuinely funny, it would just like instinctually come out of like, damn, that was good shit. You know, like
it's a mindset thing, bro. Like it's a mindset thing. Like if you can tap into some shit, like you know, if you could tap into some shit, you can really put yourself in a different place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's really true. That's why I don't get like even running. When I run like a mile, when I don't think about not running a mile, I can go further. But when I'm like, I'm gonna run just a mile and I get to a mile, then my brain automatically like shuts off. But then I saw a video of it was like Jelly Roll or some shit on like his 40-something birthday, and he was running with that guy like Cameron Haynes. I don't get how like him and that guy David Goggins or whatever can literally run for that long. Like how mentally tough they have to be to like do some 500-mile run type of shit.
See, to me, I actually view those guys differently. That David Goggins guy in particular that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that motherfucker in real life is miserable.
You think
like,
so?
Yes. And so it's not like, oh, he's showing discipline and like able to run all this distance. No, it's like in his normal everyday life, he can't just sit there because he'd be fucking miserable. He can't just sit there because his brain would drive himself crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So when he goes on that long ass run, that's where he feels more normal, because through that physical movement nonstop, that's the only way he could try to turn down the volume on his brain, driving him fucking crazy.
Interesting. So there's like no the opposite of us, like where we like just chilling.
Exactly. There is no normal person that's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna run fucking 100 miles this day or that day. That's not a thing. Like, no, you're that person. That's unhealthy. You will never be able to convince me that that's healthy. In the same way that, I told you this. If you're super obese, that's unhealthy. But if you're super fucking tall, that's also unhealthy too. If you're really fat, if you're really skinny, both of those things are really unhealthy. By the same token, like exercising a decent amount is good. But if you're at the point where you're running fucking marathons on the weekend, every weekend, like, nah, something's wrong with you. Like, you got some unaddressed mental issues that you really need to sort out. And that guy, David Goggins, I feel like is a perfect example where it's so extreme, it's so over the top that it's obvious to me. So it's really weird to me when people look at him and they're like, oh, that's so inspiring. He's so disciplined. It's like, that guy's miserable. That's why he's doing this. How do people not see that?
Yeah, could be true. I mean, that's his his getaway is doing those like 500-mile runs. But like, it's also not like attainable for a regular ass person to do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but people have jobs, bro. That's why all this stupid shit about, all that like hustle culture, that fucking manosphere, that like discipline and fucking self-help guru stuff. People have jobs. They're trying to pay the bills and shit. They're trying to put food on the table and keep the lights on. Like, it's just that's so disconnected from what regular people. You're lucky if you have an hour to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Every 3 times a week or 4 times a week. That alone is a big deal. Anybody who does that, like that's a big deal,
Yeah, that's why people are like, "Oh, you got 4 kids." Like, I don't like when I'm done with the podcast, when I'm done with work, like I sit down and the last thing I want to do is more shit.
That's 100%.
Like, I have an hour to sit down, watch some TV, and then fall asleep. So like the last thing I'd want to do is like, all right, let me go now, rev up and go for a run and like exercise and do some more shit.
Yeah, because your day is already filled to the brim with having to do shit. Like, you got to take the girls here, you got to take the girls there, you got to make sure they eat, you got to do this, you got to do that. Yeah, to your point, and every parent would understand this, to your point, it literally becomes like there is no time for you. That's why when a mom stays home with the kid for like 4 months or whatever, and then goes back to work, they feel like when they're back at work, they feel like they're free. Because they're like, even though I got shit I got to do at work, the amount of shit I have to do at work and the stuff I have to do feels way more freeing than if you parent. It is literally 24/7. You are never off the clock. Yep. You are always needed at any time you are on call. There is no downtime. It is what it is, right? And so that's why I get it when, a mother's like, damn, I'm at work and this shit feels easy as fuck and amazing, because it's freeing. Like, it's freeing compared to having to 24/7 be on the clock and take care of shit. Now, as the kids get older, it gets easier, of course. But like, there's a period there, and you're in that period now where it's just like, yo, I have zero time for myself. None. Yeah, I mean, people were commenting on how tired you look,
I'm always permanently tired looking. So that, I mean, I think is just like what it is, but definitely tired. But I did some manly shit tonight because there's we noticed in our playroom, like the ceiling was starting to brown a little bit, and like definitely like a water leak coming from somewhere. So my boy's got a plumbing company, and his cousin came out and looked at it. He works for the company, and he found like a little spot next to the bathtub that was a little hole, and he was like, you just got to caulk this shit and you'll be good. I think that's your problem. So it's been a week, but I bought some caulk and I fucking put that shit on there and spread it out. So I felt like I accomplished something tonight, man. I feel like I'm manly.
Bro, credit to you. Credit to you. I wouldn't have been able to do that shit probably. But I will say, if you didn't address the shit, like the water itself, then that shit is going to turn into mold eventually. So
yeah. He was like, this is your issue, I think. like, and he had some bright ass light, and he's like, you see that little hole next to the tub? When water like comes out of the shit a little bit, it's leaking down because it was right, the bathtub's right above where the leak shit was.
Yeah.
So he was like, you can either just caulk that shit and be good money, or I could go downstairs and cut a hole in the ceiling and like really see what the issue is. So Molly wasn't home. I was like, yeah, I'll just like caulk that shit and call it a day. Like, if you're saying that's the issue, then like that's a wrap. So then he left, and Molly was like, damn, like you should have had him cut the hole in the ceiling because there could still be mold and shit there. And if that's an issue, like we need to get that addressed. Like, fuck the caulking on the bathtub. Like, we still need to fix
the mold.
If there's mold,
the mold.
So apparently, like, you could cut a hole, see what's happening, and and then
I mean, I don't think it'll be too bad. It'll probably be a small area, but it should be cut out, and then it should be re-sheetrocked, etc. Like, you got to do that. But it's so crazy how often there's like a hole in the ceiling. Like, we have a spot here too that like it'll just leak. It's a spot and it's just like, how did that happen? Like, that's not a thing, right? Like, it's not like you go outside wearing a shirt and then randomly the water that when it's raining will just start hitting your body inside, and you're like, oh look, I have a hole in my shirt. That doesn't happen. So why is it that with roofs in particular, it'll just be like everybody's roof got one area that's like, point. It's sort of it when it rains hard, it sort of drops over there. It sort of starts. That's so crazy to me. Like, are roofers in on some shit where they're like, always leave one spot so that they got to call you to come back to fix that shit?
So I'm Mr. Conspiracy Theory. I'm Mr. Like, I think people do that shit. It wouldn't, like, I wouldn't be surprised if I heard that like it was a thing for roofing companies to leave one spot a little bit still fucked up. So in however long, 5 years or some shit, you call them and say, hey, like, this spot was a little fucked up. It's the same thing. I got my oil changed at one of the mainstream shits. It was like Valvoline or whatever one of the main like oil shits are. Mm-hmm. And when I left, because you drive in and they're like underground, so they like are already like they walk down under your car and they're doing your shit, and then you literally just drive out. I was convinced they fucking put 2 holes in my tire, so I got a flat tire because my shit had been good forever. And then I drove away and literally had a flat ass tire, and it only happened right after I got my oil changed from this guy. So I was convinced they did that shit, so I had to go back and like get a new tire or some shit, or they were just like, fuck this guy, he's gonna have to go somewhere and get a new tire.
Do they sell tires there?
They don't, but like they probably see like it probably is a thing, like like it's like
they got their boy down the street who sells tires, and they're like, look, hook me up with
they're right next to like a Mavis Tires, so like it wouldn't surprise me if like I'm just convinced that they did that shit. And I don't know, I'm very like, I don't know how you are, like I don't trust people first. Like I feel like for anything that someone's trying to make money off of, they're gonna do some weary shit first to like get you to spend more money or do something. Like whenever I go somewhere, I'm like, no, thank you. Like, we don't need that shit. Like, don't give me the extra shit. Like, you're just trying to make money.
Yeah, I agree with that. But in general, I feel like I trust individual people, but I don't trust systems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, if I go to the doctor, I'll be like, yeah, this doctor is cool as fuck, and this guy's like looking out for my best interest.
Right.
But then at the same time, it's like, you get a bill for like $3,000 and they did dick, and it's like, the whole system is fucked up because why am I being charged $3,000 for this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that just happened to me. So I went and I had a physical. I don't know if you've gotten a physical recently or anything. You ever gotten like a physical?
The last time
blood work and stuff.
Yeah, I had one probably 6 months ago or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So she was like, yeah, we can do blood work, check for whatever, like HIV, all this shit. I was like, yeah, sure, check for whatever, And then she was like, you want to check for like STDs? I was like, sure. Like, if you're testing my blood, like just check all this shit. She's like rattling off all this shit. Molly's like, why would you check for that? Like, I'm your only like partner with this. I'm like, she asked me if I wanted all this shit checked. I'm like, I was like,
let me just pause you to say this is literally like a comedy sitcom storyline, Like, you go and she's like, you want us to check for this. You're like, yeah, just whatever, check for all of it. But your wife's like, why would you have them check for STDs unless you're fucking somebody else? Like, what's wrong with you?
that like I had to explain myself, but I was literally like, she just asked me if I wanted all this shit checked. I'm here to get checked for shit. So just check me for fucking everything. Like, but apparently, like there's extra charges for all those extra tests.
Oh, they didn't tell you that shit?
He didn't tell me any of that. So I'm telling Molly, I'm like,
Oh
yeah,
my God.
like I said yes to like the STD shit. I said yes to HIV shit, like all this stuff. She's like, yeah, like they're charging you for all that. I was like, I don't know. She was just like, do you want to get
They
this?
can't,
I was like,
bro,
yeah.
they can't see that to me, that's surprise billing shit. That's fake. That should be illegal. Like
That's
you
what I'm saying.
can't.
So look, they're there to make money. That's what I'm saying. You know, like
Yeah, that's crazy though. Like you can't. They need to ban that. They need to ban like it needs to be really disclosed. All that shit needs to be disclosed up front. Like it
yes,
costs this amount to do this. They can't just ask it on some casual shit and then it's like here's a $3,000 bill. Like fuck that.
like
And
if
like
I
you
go to
said,
a restaurant,
if it's a physical, the whole point is for you to check me to make sure I'm good.
yes,
Wouldn't by definition, wouldn't that include here you make sure you don't have these illnesses?
yes,
Like you can't be like it's a physical plus. Like you
yes,
want the regular physical where we don't tell you shit, or you want the physical where you actually learn the shit.
yeah.
It's
Like
so
what is that? What
crazy.
is the basic physical cover? You know, like you
Nothing,
look
nothing
healthy.
apparently.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Or do you
just the
want
fact
like
that you show up.
like do you want physical plus, which shows you if you actually have something shit wrong, but you got to pay for that. It's like
It's all a scam, man. Our shit is such a scam. Our whole system is a fucking scam. It's so crazy.
imagine going to a restaurant and they had a menu with no prices on that bitch, and you're like, let me get the hamburger, and they were like, you want fries and cheese and bacon and
Right?
avocado
Yeah.
and fucking you want a milkshake with that shit too? I'm like, fuck yeah, like throw all that shit on there. Like, all right, you want us to suck your dick after? I'm like, let's do it. Like, and then like, you get the bill at the end, it's like $1,700. You're like, hold on, you just asked me if I wanted all that
Yeah,
shit.
you didn't tell me how much that
You
shit
didn't
cost.
tell me the milkshake was fucking $24. Like, that shit
Bro,
got me tight.
we got it. The profit has got to be taken out of medical shit. I'm sorry. It is just such a crazy system to have this shit, like anything for profit when it comes to medical shit. Like every other country has figured that out. Like, nah, we can't really do profit with the medical system because that's a fucked up incentive right there. Like, that's not good. We're the only country that's like, yeah, whatever. Like, just make it every man for themselves. You know, like people go bankrupt because of medical bills all the fucking time.
Yep.
People are working at age like 80 because I just covered this story on my show the other day. Like some guy, his wife died.
Mm-hmm.
His wife died. He lost his job at General Motors. They took his pension. He was working at Home Depot or Lowe's at age like 86 or some shit like that.
Damn.
And like, because he needed the money because he didn't have enough money because of the medical bills, his wife left, etc. It's like, this is fucked up, man. This is fucked up. We can't live like this.
And then you see those videos and they're like supposed to be, I mean, it's the same shit that happens with teachers. You see those videos on Instagram and it's like ABC or like the Knicks or like any basketball team that's like coming in to save the day, like giving supplies to a classroom. And
it's like, that's not a feel-good story, bro. That's exactly. A dystopian-ass nightmare that we got. Elon Musk is going to be worth $1 trillion, but we don't have school supplies for fucking teachers?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is this? Storm that motherfucker's house right now. Take 80% of his wealth. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I promise you. Take that shit and give it to the fucking schools immediately. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know if it was the same video, if it was, but there was a guy working at a supermarket and someone was checking out and he was like, hey, I heard you were employee of the month or whatever like that. And he was like, yeah. Oh, excuse me. And he was like, asking him more questions. He's like, yeah, I'm a veteran. He was like, well, I want to give you this money or something like that. Like, and the guy was like started tearing up and then he started talking more and he was like,
that's the same video. That's the same guy I was talking about.
But he was like, my wife got sick or something like that.
The same guy I was just talking about.
Shit was horrible, man. It's like,
and they try to make it feel like a feel-good story. And it's like, no, if this influencer didn't decide to make a video about homie, he would have been fucked. Like there's literally millions more of guys just like that are out there and women out there that are just like that will never have a fucking $1.2 million raised because an influencer wanted to give them the time of day. You know?
Yeah. Speaking of that, just to switch the fucking subject drastically, they raised, I think, like $3 million for this dude in Australia who straight tackled the shooter.
Did you see that video, bro?
That shit was crazy.
The balls on that guy. There's a dude walking around lighting people up, and he tackles him from the back and just grabs the rifle, and he got shot. He got shot in the arm and the hand.
It's like I weirdly took myself to a spot where I was like, if I was sitting in my car somewhere and I saw somebody walking up to like a building with like a big ass gun, like, would I have the balls to like run full steam and like tackle them? You know?
See, but in this country, it's different, right? Because there's a lot of places that have open carry laws where you're allowed to walk around with a gun.
Yes. So like
And
you
so
you have to assume
you don't
that,
know.
yeah.
You would have to see them shooting before you went into that mode of like, I'm gonna go tackle this motherfucker. Because,
Yeah.
like I said, I've seen people before with guns in holsters, holding guns, etc. Like
Yeah.
it happens
That's
in this
true.
country, and they're not doing a shooting. So like, you got to you have to see the shooting to act, and that's when it gets even scarier, right? But he had a
Yeah.
good position. He was like behind dude.
Yeah.
You know?
So he kind of came up from behind. But he like took it and like let him scurry back to his son on the bridge, though. I was like, that other dude should have went and bear hugged him or something now that they dislodged the gun from him.
Bro, and what I said this on my show today. I was like, he would have been well within his rights after he grabbed it to just shoot him right there, because he had already killed like 10 people or whatever.
Yeah.
So like right there, it's like that's self-defense. That's self-defense. I don't think if a jury were to look at dude grab the gun and just shoot him right away, nobody would have said that's not self-defense. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but and I also thought about like if the cops had rolled up on the scene and seen that guy with the gun and they like just
that's why he put
him.
it down quick. He put it down quick for that exact reason, I think, because he knew this is gonna look like dude, you know?
Yeah, and then they saved the other guy, and meanwhile, this dude who's the hero is getting like loses his life because the whole thing was nuts, man. And then like someone showed me the video of the son getting lit up and like actually getting shot, and I was like,
yeah, I covered all that. I showed all the videos, the different angles of it and shit.
Crazy, and
bro. It was they had a bolt action rifle, both of them did, and they were no scoping people from like 100 yards away. That's like some professional shit. Like the way they were shooting, that's not I'm some regular dude just doing a shooting shit. That's like I know what I'm doing type shit. You know?
And that was nuts, man. My dad said he's been to that beach like several times and like really likes that spot. Like,
damn, your dad went to Sydney, Australia?
Yeah, my dad's been to Australia a couple times. Yeah, he likes Australia a lot. One of my boys lived in Australia. He like worked on the airport out there. I've never been out there, but I don't know if Ogilvy's still in the chat, but I think he's Australian.
Yeah, Ogilvy, shout out, man. Hope you're good.
But yeah, that one was nuts, and they still haven't caught the guy that was at Brown University, right?
Bro, that's okay. So I'm tripping over that one because the FBI had arrested a person of interest, and they kept him for like a day. Then they released him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought I was watching News Nation earlier during my show, and they kept putting this guy's picture up, and I thought that was the Brown shooter that they were talking about, right? But then I talked to Crystal after my show, and Crystal was like, "No, they got nothing on the Brown shooter yet." And I'm like, how is that possible in today's day and age? We live in like the fucking Palantir mass spying age.
Cameras everywhere.
Dude went into a school and shot people, and he's still somehow free, and we don't even know who the fuck did it. Like, what are we talking about? And it goes to show you, Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, the two guys who are the head of the FBI, they are so fucking beyond useless. Like, they're literally podcasters. Trump picked these people to lead the FBI. They do what me and you do. Okay, like that's who these people are. I said on my show today, I was like, that's like if Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, like, I know who I'm going to pick to lead the FBI. Destiny. I'm going to pick Destiny and fucking Harry Sisson to run the FBI and Dean Withers to run the FBI. Like, and by the way, those people are smarter than any of these dumb motherfuckers on the right. But like, that's how ridiculous it would be. And they keep fucking every case up. Like, they still don't know what the fuck happened with Charlie Kirk. They have no idea. They don't know. Remember that guy who was like an ICE shooter, but he ended up killing the ICE immigrants, not the ICE agents. And he left he wrote on a bullet anti-ICE or some shit. That one was sketchy as fuck. Like, who the fuck wrote anti-ICE? That's some weird ass shit. But they botched every single investigation so far, and nobody trusts them. And here they are fucking up a mass shooting on a school in 2025, and you don't know who the fuck it was? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's.
And then they're lying. Then they're lying also, and they're pretending today, like, oh, we foiled some left-wing terror plot that was going to happen in Los Angeles. And they said the name of the group was like Turtle something group. I'm like, you're just making up some shit. Like, there is no left-wing turtle group that's going to do a terror attack. They're trying to make themselves look good now. So like, oh, yeah, we stopped a terror attack, bro. Whatever. No big deal.
Didn't he want, I don't know if you've ever had this, but like, apparently, I don't know if women's jackets, like the shit zips up on the left-hand side or something like that. But like, didn't he ask for a women's jacket or ask for an FBI jacket at a press conference and they gave him some women's jackets?
Yes, exactly. So he said he wasn't going to leave the plane without, I think it was a bulletproof vest and an FBI jacket. And nobody had a bulletproof vest or an FBI jacket. So one of the women who was his size gave him the fucking the bulletproof vest and then gave him the jacket. And he went out there wearing the woman's FBI jacket.
And their fit, like a women's fit, is so much different than a men's fit on like everything. It's like slimmer.
Cash is tiny, bro. He's a tiny motherfucker, you know?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I did that once. I think I bought I don't know if you know what it was? When I interned with the Jets, they had like this merch storage bin and they were moving stadiums. So like everything was kind of up for grabs. And they had this like diesel ass winter coat. And I was like, oh, that shit is kind of fire. And I put it on and it fit nice. And someone was like, yo, I think that's a women's coat. I was like, nah, it's definitely not. And then we looked it up, and it was like a women's coat. Like the fit was slimmer.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the zipper was on the other side. And I was like rocking that shit heavy until someone was like, yo, I think you're wearing a women's coat. But like, also like, if it fit me well, like, just let me rock. Like, who cares if it's a women's
I'm 100% on your side with this one for sure. Yeah, like, unisex is a big thing with everything, right? Like even, I'm obsessed with fragrances now.
Yep.
So many of them are unisex and some of them are still fucking amazing, like, and dudes rock them all the time. I just got this shit. It's actually a relatively inexpensive one. It's called Coconut Lagoon and it smells like coconuts. Yeah. And it smells like coconuts and like, it's for guys and girls. Like everybody wears that shit. So like, I'll defend you on that. If the shit fits you nicely, wear that shit.
Who cares, right?
Yeah, of course.
The one that I always used to do, and now I'm back to Old Spice, but deodorants, I feel like women always used to have the best smelling shit.
Facts.
Whatever like they sold for women, they never, like men would always be some manly shit. It'd be like sporty, fresh, like cool blue wave. And then women would have some like bouquet of flowers and like fucking like
fruity ass shit. Fruity ass shit that apple, like, fucking pear.
Yes, like by nature smells better. And I don't know if it was like my sister or my mom used to have, I think my mom had a deodorant and I would always use hers. So mom, if you're listening, my bad. But like that shit just smelled better than like my Old Spice, like blue, cool, whatever. So I would always OD on that shit.
I'm gonna put people on game. You're 100% right. So there's this Dove deodorant, not the spray one, but the deodorant like stick shit, right? And it's the women's shits. There's one that's apple, and there's another one that's a pear one. Get either the apple or the pear one. In my opinion, the pear is the best. The apple is the second best. But get the women's Dove's deodorant, apple or pear. Bro, that shit, I would sit there and sniff the ball.
Eat that shit.
Like that nonstop because the pear is amazing. It smells amazing. The apple one smells amazing. And to your point, yeah, like sometimes you want like a fruitier scent or like floral scent, and you don't want, the cedar wood scent, or the fucking cool breeze shit or the cool wave one, the aquatic one. But
I never understood that.
I will say there are some really good, like my son was using the Old Spice something swagger or something. It had cedar wood in it, the body wash.
Yep.
And that shit smelled good as fuck. So like there are good male ones too, but for deodorant in particular, everybody get that Dove pear one or the Dove apple one. The women's.
I'm writing that shit down,
bro. I'm telling you, man. Like, and we go through those sticks so fucking fast.
Yes,
we go through them so fast. So we actually, it's funny we were talking about this. I know we got to buy some more because I just saw we're low on that shit.
Yeah, I'm notorious where like I can't throw away my deodorant. I'm always like, I'll always still use it down to the bare bones because there's always still a little bit of blue left.
I agree.
On that bitch.
I'm the same way. Because you're right. It's never like gone. It's always
never
like, wait,
gone. There's always like
there's a little bit.
Yeah. And I feel like I don't know. I can never throw away like the big thing. And Molly's like, why are you keeping that shit there? But I have to try the pear. I've always, growing up, I used to get, I don't know what brand made it, but I think like the dollar store used to sell some shit and they had like all the crazy flavors and Ocean Breeze was one of them. And that to me smelled good, but then when I'd go to the ocean, like the ocean never smelled like the shit that I like the shampoo. Like I don't know where they got that the ocean smells good because that shit kind of smells like some fishy ass, like regular ass air.
You're so right. And this is one of the things about fragrances that has sort of blown my mind is like, yeah, it'll say like this is an aquatic fragrance, and then you smell it and you're like, it doesn't really smell like the ocean at all. Like, why is this
No.
considered aquatic? It smells good, but it
Yes.
doesn't smell like I wouldn't think the ocean when I smell this or a lake or whatever the fuck. It's a
Yes.
different thing. And
Yes.
like that's the like people say that they talk about like, oh, this one is soapy and this one is powdery, and you smell it and you're like, maybe, but not really. Like I don't like it's just its own thing. Like it's its own nice scent. It's not like something else, you
Yeah.
know? Sometimes it is like something else with fruit. Like you could usually, if it's a fruity smell, you could usually
Like
tell
watermelon
like
shit, yeah.
yeah, you could sort of smell, or like this has like a little banana tinge to it or whatever the fuck. But certain things, like they say woody, it's like I could kind of see where that comes from. Like I could see how you would categorize it as woody, but it doesn't actually smell like wood. Like wood would smell a lot worse than just this, you know?
100%. Yeah. Yeah, like campfire. I feel like those I've seen those.
Campfire,
like,
yeah. We have a Febreze shit, the bathroom Febreze shit.
Yeah.
And it's like cozy campfire or something.
Yeah.
And like it smells good, but like, is it really like a campfire? Like, not really. Like it's always like a loose thing. It's like loosely it smells like this. It's like, okay,
100%.
that's a stretch though, you know?
Yeah. Molly put some shit on the other day that had me sneezing like a motherfucker. And she got in the car and I was like, yo, what do you fucking have on? Like, can you rinse that shit off, please?
Bro, Crystal has one hairspray in particular.
Hairspray, yes. There's hairsprays fuck me up, and then some other shit she put on.
There's one hairspray in particular, and this goes back to when me and her were first together, bro.
That's my mom.
I wonder why my deodorant went so fast. All right, we're some stinky motherfuckers. Relax, bro. Fall back.
Thank you.
But this hairspray, one hairspray, like most of them are fine, but then there's this one that it's like a chemical attack on me, where like I breathe in and I feel like I'm choking. It's just like it just assaults me.
I'm curious what it is because Molly has some hairspray shit that same exact feeling for me.
It's so, and then we act like, oh, this is safe. Like, do we really know that it's safe?
Hell no.
Yeah, like, am I taking a year off my life every time I sniff one of these shits?
Yes.
You know?
Yes, and it's the same shit when I drink this. I was like, I'm definitely like inhaling some shit right now that like when I smell like she sprays it in the girl's hair. And I walk in the kitchen, I'm like, you sprayed that shit, right?
You just get
like,
hit with it. Yeah.
You get hit, but also like it's like I feel my throat like closing up. I'm like, whatever's in there has to be some toxic shit.
Totally.
That's fucking me up.
Same. There's one hairspray that does it for me.
And she put something on the other day, and we were in the car. Well, it started in the house, and I was like, that shit is powerful as fuck. She's like, yeah, I put some fragrance shit on. Then we got in the car, and I was like, yo, that shit is like worse, and it was cold as a motherfucker, and I got all the windows down, and I could still smell that shit. And she was like, I think it's on my hair tie.
Oh my god!
So she threw her hair tie out the window. Sorry to fucking global warming. But yeah, no, that was bad, bro, and it was like just rock out with like regular shit, like.
Bro, you mentioned how cold it was the other day. How's this? Ready? So yesterday, I'm doing prep, right? And you know, we didn't go to DC for today. We stayed in Virginia. But I'm doing prep, and it's really windy outside, and it had snowed the night before. So there's like a little bit of snow on the ground, not a lot, but like a little bit of snow on the ground, like way less than an inch. And you hear the wind whipping. So I'm sitting there prepping. We lose power, dog.
Oh,
we lose power, and I kid you not, when you factor
in brick out,
when you factor in the wind chill. It is 5 degrees outside.
Oh,
5. And so we light all these candles in this bitch. We like all the things that are like battery powered lights. We turn those shits on and like we lay everything out. And it took like 3 or 4 hours before that shit turned back on. But
didn't you say you guys bought like a backup generator or some shit? Or
no,
you never actually got it?
We've talked about getting a generator a million times, but we haven't really pulled the trigger on that shit, you know? But like yesterday solidified it. Like we have to do this because
100%.
Where we live in particular, there's a road coming to where we are that has so many huge trees and the power lines are like going right along the road. And like anytime it's super windy, the shit just fucking falls right over and knocks out the power line. And then it takes a hot minute for them to break up the tree, clear the road, fucking fix the power line. So like we actually got kind of lucky. It only took 3 or 4 hours. But imagine I was literally, I had only maybe done 20% of my work. And it was like 6 o'clock at night. And I'm like, oh, fuck, we lost power. I don't even know when I'm going to get it back. So I had to like find a way to scrape together a show. Like I said, the power came on maybe at like 8:30 or some shit like that. But yeah, it was crazy, especially when you see it's 5 degrees outside, and if the heat leaves the house, like then we're just fucking, we all got to bundle up and fucking snuggle up and shit, you know.
That's what I'm saying. So like today, like because we have the heat on in our house, but like some of our windows are still old, like 1970s or some shit. Like we did a lot of windows when we first moved in, but there's still some that like the
Drafty like a motherfucker.
drafty like the motherfucker. Like our living room one, if I push, like it's a 2-part window, but it's like some old wooden shit. If I push the top one all the way up, the bottom one will like pop open a little bit. If I push the bottom one open a little, then the top one will drop down a little bit. So there's always a little bit draft coming in. And we have the heat on. The heat's set to like 75 or something like that. And it's still cold as fuck. And today I was like, I was looking at all the heat shit and I was like, are you guys like, are these motherfuckers on? Because it was still cold. And like just outside, like walking around, it feels colder than like normal. Like it feels like, I know it's cold, but it's just too fucking cold right now. And like
you actually just mentioned one of my biggest pet peeves too, is that when you set a temperature on some shit, it should hit that fucking temperature. You know?
Yes. Yeah.
Like if you set the AC to 65 or 66, motherfucker, it should get to 65 or 66. If you set your heat to 75, it should be able to hit 75 degrees in your house. But with the windows fucked up and stuff, like you said, that like I can see why you got to put it to 75 to keep it at like 65, you know? And that always fucking, here in Arizona is 80 degrees. Shout out to you, Laura, because that is heaven. I'm not kidding. Every single, in the dead middle of winter, all the time, I always like fantasize about being in Florida or Arizona. You know, I always fantasize about like, imagine being in the Bahamas or some shit right now.
So our Knicks are in the NBA Cup finals.
Let's fucking go, dog.
They're in Vegas and everything they're doing like is in Vegas. And I'm sitting here like freezing my ass off. And every picture I see, every shit I see, sunny and fucking beautiful.
To be fair, bro, Vegas, to be fair,
cold.
It's actually not that amazing. Well, I lied. Right now it is. High of 69, 68, 67, 61, 63, 64. Yeah, that's chilling. That's fine. But in the dead, like I feel like in January and February, Vegas has some days that are like 50. You know?
It does get
like
cold.
They're not as good as like, you know, I like that 80 degree, 70 degree shit. Like that's what I'm all about, you know.
So to quickly speak to that, the Knicks playing the Spurs. The last time that like they had a meaningful Knicks Spurs game was like the 98-99 NBA Finals.
Let's go.
Let's go. So people are like, I mean, I don't know, people aren't torn, but like how big of a celebration can you have if you win the NBA Cup? Like it's a new fucking tournament, but it is a benchmark.
But and also here's the thing though, like yes, right now, what is it, the second year of the NBA Cup?
I think
second or third.
Yeah,
it might be the third. You might be right about that. Like right now, it feels like it's whatever, right? But think about in 10 years. Think about in 20 years. If they do it every year, then it's going to become like, oh shit, it's like the second most important thing to the winning the NBA championship. Yeah. So like it actually does low key sort of matter, you know? Like, and it would be the first time the Knicks won shit.
Yeah, and it matters. Yeah. Yeah, and it matters for just, I feel like a confidence thing, just for them to know, like, we can actually win a trophy, you know, and like put it together to like potentially win the NBA Finals.
Exactly. Yeah, and that New York will fucking lose it if they win the NBA Cup, and then it'll give us hope for the finals and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it feels like, you know, you told me the fact before that like whichever team made it as far as the Knicks made it last year, like they always go to the the finals the year after that, right?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, you told me that. Yes, you told me that each team that lost in the
Eastern Conference Finals
always ends up winning it the next year, and that's been the case for like the past like 3 or 4 years. You said something like that.
Yeah, I think so, that was a stat.
And given how wide open the East is, that actually makes perfect sense. Like the Knicks are probably, I know the Pistons are having a great year, but everybody's a little surprised about how good of a year they're having. Whereas with the Knicks, everybody's expecting them to be as good as they are. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So like, I don't know, man. It feels good. I'm already just thankful for Jalen and like how far the team's gotten us to this point. And I'm curious your thoughts on this, then we could get to some super chats. But do you agree that this team already is more impressive and has you more locked in than the best Melo team, which was like 2012-ish, I want to say, or 2013, where it was like Melo, J.R. Smith, Steve Novak, fucking Jason Kidd, Tyson Chandler.
Yep.
You know the squad. Like,
yeah.
to me, those years, I forget what years. I want to say like 2012 or 2013, but that was exciting to watch that Knicks team because we were actually really good.
Yep.
But this year, and actually you could say the past 2 years, maybe even 3, arguably, like I think that streak is now better than our streak 2012 and 2013. We've gone further in the playoffs.
Mhm.
We're about to go to the finals for the NBA Cup, right? Like the regular seasons have been pretty solid for the past, ever since the Jalen era. The regular seasons have been pretty successful, more so than the Melo years.
Yeah.
So like I already feel like this team is better than that one.
Yeah, I agree. The only reason I have a soft spot in my heart for that team is because I love Jason Kidd so much. So like seeing him as our point guard
He was good
like
still too, man. He was good.
yeah, he was like old, but he was still good. And I was just like, it was cool to see him kind of operate our offense. But then a little part of me was just like, but he is dumb old. Like he's not Jason Kidd. Like he kind of looked old in a Knicks uniform. But to now's point, it's like everyone's young, everyone's kind of in their prime, everyone like has so much potential that yeah, there's a lot of expectation, there's a lot of hope. So I feel like this is obviously a little bit more like reason to get behind them because it's like there's so much like they could actually do it. Whereas like in the
And they
past,
got that
it's like
grit, man. They got that
got the
grit,
grit.
dog. They got that grit. It's so clear to see, you know.
Josh Hart had a funny thing because if you win the NBA Cup, each player gets like $500,000 or something like that. They're like, "What are you gonna buy?" And he like, I don't know why he had all these watches in his hotel room, but he got like robbed of all his watches. So he's like, "I'm gonna buy some watches."
I remember that. Yeah, people were saying that he was cheating on his girl too. That they were like, imagine losing all your jewelry, getting caught cheating on your girl the same day.
I mean, like, why does he have an apartment in or a hotel room?
A hotel in New York, exactly. That's right, exactly.
Quickly wanted to. Did you know, like, rest in peace, Rob Reiner? Did you know he was from New Rochelle?
I did not know he was from New Rochelle. He was from New Rochelle?
2 minutes from where my parents live.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah. So
my God.
I guess his dad or someone or maybe him did something with the Dick Van Dyke Show, and that was like taking place in New Rochelle or like
shit.
Yeah, like I think the family lived in New Rochelle. There's actually a street by where I live. It's like they changed the name, I think, to like Dick Van Dyke Road or something like that. But yeah, he was from New Rochelle, and then they moved to California. But that shit got me fucked up, man. Like that one was sad.
Yeah,
like he seemed like such a good dude, man.
I totally agree. Like you said, he'd been on Mara a bunch of times, but
yeah,
I've seen him on MSNBC. He just seemed like a solid, nice dude. And like I saw this clip of him and his son. You know, his son was a drug addict and was homeless for a little bit and had all these problems. Really? And like Rob Reiner tried his best to help him out. And there was like a podcast. His son had made a movie about his struggles and like overcoming a lot of the shit he went through.
I directed the shit.
Yeah, and Rob Reiner helped him with that and directed it. And there was like this podcast thing where they were talking about what it was like to go through it. And then you hear that, you know, the son killed his mom and his dad. And like, it's just like, how the fuck does that happen? You know?
Yeah.
How the fuck does that happen?
It's fucking sad, man. And like, I guess he lived right across the street for him. He probably like paid for his house and all this stuff. Like, oh yeah. So yeah, that one was sad, man.
Totally.
When I saw that.
Totally. Me too. Yeah, that one hit me.
Some of these super chats.
Super chat time, y'all. It is super chat time. Let's go. Read this in Alex Jones' voice. George Soros, the deep state, and the globalists will eat your MAGA ass. I will eat their leftist asses. Also, Kyle, why did you look like Trump today? Well, anytime I look like Trump, it's probably because I always wear makeup for the show. Like I always have foundation on for the show. And sometimes, you know, the lighting, I guess I look a little more orange than other days. So that would probably.
But naturally, I would say like it's a better look. Like if I were to put some or like go tanning and put some bronzer on my face, like I feel healthier than I do at this moment.
The other thing is when you do the show, like the lights are very, very bright.
Yeah.
So if you don't go a couple shades darker than what your skin tone is, then you look really white. Like you look very whited out. You look ghosted out. And so all of us do it. So it's like a secret and known trick in like our industry that when you're sitting in front of a bright ass light and on camera, you got to go a couple shades darker. So yeah, there you go.
Speaking of like eating lefties' asses, so I'm coaching fencing, and there's a term in fencing that's fleshing. So fleshing is like when you like full speed like run and attack them with your fencing thing,
mm-hmm.
and so I'm trying to teach a team that like we need to be like fleshing more because we're on the defensive a little bit. And as I'm saying it, I was close to saying felching, and I
Oh
caught
my
myself, and I
God.
was like it came like to the premise of my mouth, and I was like, we need to be.
Felching.
And then I said fleshing, and I was like, thank God I didn't say
Oh.
felching in that moment
Oh my
because
God, bro.
it was close. It was really close.
Wow. That's crazy.
Uh,
King of the Viltrumites, thanks for the $5. Joy Reid's redemption arc is crazy. Went from being the most diehard anti-Bernie voice on MSNBC, she said Russia wanted Bernie, to becoming a leftist. You know, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. If you talk to Crystal, and Crystal's known her for a while, that's always been in there. The lefty has always been in there. When you're inside that beast of the MSNBC machine and you start to conform to the groupthink, you sort of iron out the rough edges and you make it so that, you know, you're not as strong a voice, you're not as scathing a voice. And like the second she got one foot outside of that door, the other thing is, you know, she was fired for being like good on a bunch of issues, and so that made her want to lean more into those issues. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, her redemption arc has been quite a thing to see. And I will say that behind the scenes, she is very, very cool. Like she seems super cool, and she seems
That's
like
cool.
she was sort of built for this role, being like in the new media world, not the old media world.
I feel like that's more like that's been the commonplace now. Is like you've seen it with like Don Lemon, even like the Cuomo
Yeah,
guy or
Lemon got
whatever.
cool when he left, but a lot of the people when they leave, they go right wing. You know,
Oh,
like
really?
yeah, a lot of the people we worried for a second that that's what Don Lemon would do. That Don Lemon would go full MAGA because he like if he wanted to guarantee relevance, that's what he had to do. Is like, oh yeah, just tell the Republicans what they want to hear. But
Yeah.
he didn't. He went left. So shout out to him for that.
Yeah. Who's the other guy? Is it Jake Tapper?
Jake Tapper's still on CNN.
Oh, he still is? Okay.
He's still on CNN, yeah.
All right. I feel like, but also it's like they realize there's a lane that if you just speak open and honestly, like people resonate with it and not just spit out this like corporate, you know, talking points.
Totally. And also, I do feel like the I've Had It podcast with Jennifer Welch.
Yeah, I was listening to yours.
I feel like she opened up a space for liberals and leftists to sort of just let their freak flag fly a little bit and be a little more honest with what they really think about stuff. And so now you see a lot of liberals who sound like leftists and leftists who are coming out of the closet, and they're not afraid to say really incendiary shit that in the past maybe they wouldn't have said. You know, they're not afraid to call Trump a fat pedophile, or, you know, say that Elon Musk should be in prison, Stephen Miller's a Nazi. Like in the past, maybe they would have thought that, but tried to say it in a nicer way. Like, you know, like, oh, he's a far right-wing authoritarian, but now they'll be like, no, he's a fucking fascist, or he's a Nazi. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like that she opened up a space where people are letting it all hang out more now, and it actually is really entertaining when somebody like Joyanne Reed is just like, I'm just gonna say it, you know, so people want to watch, you know,
and they get more popular because of that shit.
Totally, absolutely. The Golden Child, thanks for the $5. Would you be friendly with Bill Burr in person, or would you tell him about himself? In my opinion, Kyle is the one person who could break Burr with his reads. I mean, I'm trying to think. I'll engage your hypothetical in a second, but let me just say first off the bat, I don't think I'd ever see him anywhere. There's nowhere where I'd see him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't go to comedy clubs. You know, we wouldn't both go to Politicon or whatever the fuck. He wouldn't see me anywhere, and I wouldn't see him anywhere. We would never cross paths. But in a scenario where I happened to cross paths with him, I would just I probably wouldn't really talk to him, to be honest. But like, if it was some shit where like we were supposed to talk to each other, and it was on stage or something, yeah, I probably would just ask him, like, why did you take the fucking Saudi money? And you know it's a mistake, right? Like, you could tell now he's still facing the backlash. His own comment section is like, fuck you, we hate you. Like, that's gotta hurt, right? Like, you made that decision, it was a bad decision. Now you're paying for it for like the rest of your fucking professional life. Like, you regret it, don't you? Don't you regret it? Was it really worth $1 million? It probably wasn't. You didn't need that money, you know?
He probably would say yes. Does he still do like a Monday podcast or something?
Yes. And every comment is about the Saudi shit. Still.
Yeah. And you know he sees it, and you know he's probably like, I mean, if he hasn't responded to some of it, he should or has to at some point.
He came out like 3 or 4 times and doubled down and tripled down and quadrupled down and made it worse for himself. Yeah. And then now he's just not talking about it, you know?
Yeah. Sad.
Evening shifts. Thanks for the $10. President Corin's press secretary Kyle must champion a bold left agenda while curbing all the emerging scandals. How does Kyle defend Corin's decision to lease Trump's half-built ballroom to In-N-Out? Oh, that's easy to defend, bro. Like, those motherfuckers make some amazing ass burgers. There aren't even In-N-Outs on the East Coast, so we got the only In-N-Out on the East Coast. Everybody loves eating those shits. We hand out a certain percentage to homeless people all across DC to make sure they're okay. So yes, there's a good ass reason why we have that In-N-Out set up, bro.
Yeah, I'll double down on that. In-N-Out is banging, and if it's on the East Coast, that's just gonna be popular as fuck.
OD.
Oh,
OD.
thanks, evening, Jeff.
Shout out to Jorgensen. Thanks for the $5. Sorry I missed the stream last week, guys. I was held hostage by an ancient seaman demon until I got felched by AI George Washington. Well, that sounds very disturbing.
Oh,
yeah, bro. The AI, like AI porn is going to be so crazy. I think it already exists. Number one, but number two,
it has to.
Like we're going to be like polluting the whole country and running out of water and jacking energy prices so that like a bunch of fat incels can whack off. You know, like that's basically what AI is going to be used for, you know?
Oh, it's going to be so weird. My AI was so wrong tonight. I put in the Rob Reiner thing and I was like, can you give me like a fun fact or something like that? What did I put? I put Rob Reiner just passed away. So can you tell me something a little about that? And it was like, what did it say? It was like, I need to stop you right there. Rob Reiner was not murdered.
Oh my God.
I was like, it was so wrong. And I said it like 3 times. Oh, I said Rob Reiner was murdered last night by his son. It said, I need to stop you right there. That is not true. In bold.
Oh my God, bro. It's wrong about a lot of shit. Like a lot of shit. It happens all the fucking time. I told you when I sent it, Rogan was on some podcast. So I sent it a picture of the podcast Rogan was on. I was like, what podcast is this? I was trying to figure it out. And it just lied. It said, oh, this is the Joe Rogan Experience. And he's talking to Brian Callen. It wasn't Brian Callen and it wasn't the Joe Rogan Experience. I was like, try again. That's wrong. It was like, oh, he's talking to Brendan Schaub and it's the Joe Rogan Experience. I was like, no, it's not. It's fucking not. I know it's not. It just made it up. And then I went to YouTube and like I did a that day search for Joe Rogan. And it was some podcast called like American Alchemy or some shit with some guy I never heard of. And then I sent it to the AI and I was like, why would you make shit up when you don't know? Just say you don't know. And I said, it's the American Alchemy podcast and here's the host and this Rogan's on that person's podcast. And it was just like, oh, all right, thanks, man. It's like, no, you're supposed to know shit.
I literally wanted to write back. I was like, can you apologize to me? Like I started getting mad at the AI. I know. Like 3 times. They're like, no, this is not true. I was like, totally. You owe an apology.
So anyway, I literally, I use it super rarely now. It very rarely. And now most of the time I just don't use it at all.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. That one was like completely wrong on that.
They call it hallucinations. That's what they call it. You know, like they just make it up when they don't know. And it's disgusting. It can never just be like, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to fucking know everything. Like I'd appreciate if it was like, hey, I haven't been updated yet. And I don't see any information on that shit. Don't be like, this is not true when it's totally true.
Totally. Jace Butcher, thanks for the $10. Sup, Kyle and Corin. Kyle, I was listening to your Cameron Kasky interview while I was working on a final project at Brown University. What a world. Here's to 2026 being marginally less shit than 2025. Bro, that is fucking crazy, dog.
So they were at Brown when that shit happened?
That's what it says.
Whoa.
Bro, that is so crazy, dog. Like,
it's probably, well, he's still on the, like, loose. So, like, it's probably scary over there.
It is, but I do think it was targeted. I don't think it was randos. Really? Yeah, from what we heard so far, it was like a specific classroom. You know, like I think it was targeted. But yeah, to your point, of course, still I would, if I went there, my kids went there, somebody I knew went there, I'd be like, get the fuck home. We're done here. You're not doing it. But shout out to you, Jace. Stay safe, man. That is crazy. That's some fucking world. We live in a simulation world type shit that you just explained right there.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I think we've said this in the past. It's not a matter of like if, but when something's going to happen, a shooting or something, like where you are,
Totally.
So
absolutely.
Stay safe, man. Hope you're doing okay. That's scary.
Make America great again. Oh boy. Thanks for the $5. Why are you so anti-Hillary 16, anti-Biden 20, but pro-Kamala 24? Stop saying RCP, rear clear politics, is wrong. They were right in 24, only off in New Jersey in 25. Look up the numbers. Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing, right? They were very pro-Republican biased. And it's true that in the elections where Republicans overperformed, they were the most correct. They just were. But all the elections since then, like the special elections that we just had, they're going to be the fucking most wrong, right? So, like, that's just how it is. That's just a fact. So, to answer your question, anti-Hillary in 16, I wasn't actually anti-Hillary. I was more pro-Hillary than Trump. But yes, I was more flirting with the Green Party and open to like other candidates because I felt like Trump and Hillary were so similar that like I didn't like my options, right? But in retrospect, and in the moment, I actually debated against Bernie or Busters and said Hillary is better than Trump. But like, yeah, in retrospect, I probably would have went harder saying that Hillary is better than Trump. I wouldn't have left the taste in people's mouth that it was like a 50-50 thing and they're both equally bad because they weren't. He is way, way, way worse. And now that's super clear. But that's where I was at the time is like just kind of saying they're both bad, but one is worth, but just focusing on the fact that they're both bad because I felt like that was accurate coverage at the time. In retrospect, I would have changed that a little bit. Anti-Biden 20, I do feel like I was in a similar place in 2020 where I was saying like Biden and Trump are both kind of bad. But again, in retrospect, I would have focused more on how Trump is worse, right? But in 24, and I'm so happy I did cover 24 the way I did. It's just, I knew based off Trump's first term and the shit he was running on that like this was going to be a fucking nightmare. And not only was I right, I was more right than I realized because it's even worse than I ever could have imagined in my wildest dreams. So for sure, I was pro-Kamala in 24. And for sure, I'm going to be whatever fucking Democrat ends up winning the primary in 2028. I don't give a fuck who it is. Even if it's my least favorite Democrat, I will fucking be all in for that Democrat because after what Trump, I'm telling you the guys this right now, after what Trump and MAGA has done to this country, for the rest of my life, I will vote straight ticket Democrat with a fucking smile on my face. Yeah. With a fucking smile on my face. Because the worst Democrat in the country is way better than the best Republican in the country. That's a fact. And so I've been super radicalized by, like, it was literally a failure of all of our imaginations to not realize how bad Trump would have been. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is worse than anybody could have ever foreseen. And now I'm not going to fail my imagination anymore. I lived through fucking Doge. I lived through, the bombings of Venezuelan fishermen. I lived through concentration camps and people being raped and tortured in El Salvador. I lived through fucking Trump invading U.S. cities with the U.S. military. You know what I'm saying? I lived through NSPM7.
Jeffrey Epstein.
I lived through the Epstein shit. Exactly. So now it's like everybody should be straight ticket Democrat from now until the fucking end of time based off what we're seeing here. And if you're not, I would question your intelligence. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Just his tweet alone today on the Rob Reiner thing, like a guy, his wife murdered, and he's putting that like Trump derangement syndrome shit.
Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah, it's like what is wrong with you? By the way, I said this on my show today. I really think he has Alzheimer's, and like one of the problems with Alzheimer's is impulse control. Mm-hmm. Like you struggle with impulse control, and it's gotten worse. I know the first term wasn't great, but he's literally gotten worse where he has zero impulse control. He screamed at that reporter, "Quiet, piggy, quiet, piggy." He was like, "What are you, stupid? What are you, a stupid person?" He screamed at a reporter at Mar-a-Lago and said that.
He's losing control.
And now we get this. He's sitting there tweeting bad things about Rob Reiner after he's murdered by his own son when the whole country is like, Jesus Christ. It just shows, I think he's gone. I think he's gone mentally.
100%. You think he'll put the flags to half staff for Rob Reiner?
No, of course not.
When I saw that tweet, man, I was like, come on, man, have a little bit of fucking sympathy.
I know. It's like there's no charm to it. In the past, when he would be like fucked up, there was a little bit of charm to it. Now it's just fucked up. Now it's just like terrible,
Yeah.
Adam King, thanks for the $5. Kyle, is a data science major, any specific political polling firms you'd recommend interning with, and is it a viable long-term career? Well, I don't know the answer to the second part of that because I'm not in that particular field, so I don't know if it's a viable long-term career. I'm sure you can parlay it into something that's, relatively steady. But I would say public policy polling is probably the best in terms of like a left-leaning polling outlet. So yeah, I'd say public policy polling. If you want to go more institutional, maybe Gallup or Pew. I know there's Crystal was using one, but I think it was like a British company. What is it? Survey Monkey? No, there was some other company they used. I'm blanking on the name that they worked with. But yeah, I would say that Gallup, Pew, or public policy polling is probably the best.
That shit will probably get replaced by AI, right? Like counting votes?
Bro, everything's going to be replaced by AI. You think they can't feed me into an AI and have it spit out a show on a daily basis? Like, of course they can, Like every one of us is going to be replaceable by AI.
Oh, thanks, Adam.
Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. Kyle, Pakistan's PM Sharif claims Trump ended the conflict with India and nominated him for the Nobel Peace Prize. Why trust the Hindu nationalist Modi? Because it's consistent with everything everybody else has said. Trump says he stopped 8 wars. When you fact check it, and Jake Tapper did this on CNN the other day, it's just made up. Like, it's just totally made up. So I had read that it was both on the India side and the Pakistan side. They both said he had nothing to do with us doing a ceasefire. He also literally didn't even get country names right when he said, like, Azerbaijan and Armenia land. Like, he made up some countries and said, I got peace between them. There's other countries where he did a peace agreement where he didn't even have the rebel side. He just had one side sign papers and go, we got peace. It's like, what is this? It's all the show. That's the thing
about foreign countries.
Bro, it's all the show. Like, he just puts on a show to say, see, I did it. Like when he did the fucking show about I got peace in Israel and Palestine. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. They were back to fucking killing people 2 days later. What are you talking about? So yeah, like Metalhead Matt, you know he just makes shit up. Like, don't try to pretend like he actually stopped 8 wars or even 1 war for that matter.
Remember when dude was speaking English and he was just like, where'd you go to school? Like, where'd you learn that? And the guy was like, English is the official language of wherever the fuck I'm from.
Exactly. Yeah. He doesn't know shit. Also, by the way, Metalhead Matt, the Pakistani prime minister, if the Pakistani prime minister said that, he's just trying to curry favor with the U.S. You know that, right? Like, you do know these world leaders just like cuck themselves and genuflect to him in order to try to make sure they can get protection from tariffs or they can get a subsidy. Like, that's what they're doing. They know he didn't. Like, these are just bully tactics that he uses that the rest of the world caves to. That's all. That's all that is.
Yep.
Kev T, thanks for the $5. Corin, on a tier list vid, you said peanut butter had a moment. My wife and I often quote this ever since. Please elaborate on PB's moment. Yeah, I want to hear that. That's kind
peanut butter's moment, I feel like, was maybe 2005 when I was maybe a junior in high school. I feel like there was a workout kind of spike between kids in like 11th and 12th grade that everyone added peanut butter into their, workout protein shakes.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
And like, there was a huge spike in like banana, peanut butter, chocolate, protein shakes. And peanut butter was the main substance to like people thinking they were getting stronger. So, whether that was peanut butter in your shake, whether that was just straight peanut butter on apples, peanut butter spike. And if you look up the probably years, and I'm basing this off nothing, but there was probably a spike in peanut butter during those years. Now, recently, I feel like peanut butter has fallen off just because of the allergies and, kids having nut allergies and parents don't wanting their kids to have peanut butter. Schools fucking eliminating peanut butter from their whole cafeterias. So there's this down thing in peanut butter. But there was a moment where every single gym in America, and Jed can attest to this if he's still living, every Gold's Gym, if you looked at their peanut butter jars, those shits were scooped the fuck out. So whenever you ordered a protein shake, they used to have to scoop the bottom of that shit to get peanut butter. And they used the ice cream scooper and they'll put that shit in there. But every Gold's Gym, every gym in America, probably like, 2005 was peanut buttered out. So that was its moment.
That's a hilarious explanation. For the record, I still love peanut butter to this day, bro. Like, that
peanut
shit
butter's
is incredible.
still good, but it's like just whoever had stock in like shorted peanut butter is making mad money now because like there's that fucking peanut butter allergy shit that every kid in America has now.
That's
my
hilarious.
daughter's got peanut allergies.
Cap, thanks for the $5. Yo, it's your boy Lil Cap. Kyle, I just have to correct you on how you say folks. The L is silent. Sorry, but it's always bothered me. Folks. I don't know, man. People have been I'm not really feeling people coming after me for all these like verbiage things and these fucking like the way like what's the other one that the dude came after me for? If I don't say so myself. And they were like, no, it's if I do say so myself. And now they're in my fucking head. We're on my show today. I said, if I don't say so myself. And then I was like, well, somebody says it's if I do say so myself. So you pick whichever one you want me to fucking say. It's like enough. The other one, people kind of be saying, sometimes I say damning. Like, oh, it's a damning revelation. And they're like, it's damning. Like, there's no N. Even though the N's there, the N is silent. And it's like, all right, then maybe take the N out that bitch. Then maybe spell it DAMMING. Like, don't hit me with some, the phonetic way is not the right way. The phonetic way should always be the right way as far as I'm concerned. But, like, I'm not really feeling this, that every word is getting fucking cherry-picked and fucking broken down. So y'all better back the fuck up a little bit because I'm not really enjoying this too much.
Do you ever see, and you're not on Instagram, but his videos are probably on Twitter too. There's this, like, chubby looking redheaded guy that stands at like a whiteboard and he'll talk to himself on the couch and he's like, pronounce this word. And it's like some shit. And the guy reads it. He's like, okay. And then he'll remove a letter and he's like, now pronounce this. And the guy says it, he's like, no, it's not even that. Like, the English language is just so bizarre in that sense, where it's like the guy on the couch is pretending to be learning the English language and reading
Yeah,
these
and it
words
makes no
like
fucking
it
sense.
makes
Yeah.
no sense at all.
Mhm.
And so there's a lot of those words that, like, yeah, to your point, it's spelled like that, it should sound like that.
Yeah,
But they're
just
like, no, it sounds like totally different than that.
everybody just roll with all my shit, y'all. Roll with all
Yeah.
my shit, because I can nitpick the fuck out of everybody too. Like, we've had this conversation, but Mario versus Mario.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I get triggered by the way people pronounce some shit too. Like, just roll with it. It is what it is.
I also don't say, I feel like I don't say folks a lot. I feel like that's like a 1908 shit. You know, like folks, I feel like
I
is
mean,
like parents, you
when
know?
you're
Like,
on
how are your
air,
folks?
you pick up verbal tics and you pick up ways you say things. And I'm sure
Mhm.
I have said folks on the show, you know.
Yeah, like, hey, how you folks doing? Or what's his name used to say that at the end of Looney Tunes, like, that's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Yeah.
Porky the Pig or whatever.
Officer of the President, thanks for $5. Paul's ego heard what you said about their show. He low-key loved it. By the way you put it, if he didn't know the context, would sting very mildly. Oh, when I said that I like to listen to him when I'm like going to sleep?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
think you said that last week, right?
Yeah, because our vibe is chill. And I was saying I love the chill vibe podcast feeling. I like to listen to Paul's ego and do his little streams where he just smokes weed and talks to his audience. I want to see that clip, man. I want to see that clip of Paul talking about that. I would love to see that. Shout out to my boy Paul. Shout out to TJ Kirk. Yeah,
Shout out to
love those
Paul
guys,
Rico.
man. Love those
Yeah, I want
guys.
to see that too. They have a big podcast?
Yeah, they got well, they did have Drunken Presence back in the day, and now they have a podcast called Deep Fat Fried. But and I watch that too. But the thing that I usually at night I'll put on is it's called Poltergeist. Like, you know, Poltergeist, the movie.
Yeah.
His name is Paul, so it's Poltergeist.
Oh, got you.
Yeah,
That's
I watch those. Sometimes he'll just talk for like 2 hours smoking weed, like responding to his chat, and it's just chill, you know.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I just watch it and I just like giggle along and fall asleep, you know. All right, Krantz Official, thanks for the $10. Hey, I've sent a bunch of emails. Corin, please look. Kyle, you talked about exposure getting harder on your show. That's what I'm aiming to help with. Beta Boys is the ultimate troll. It won't be a waste of time. All right, well, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but the thing I was referring to is on all of the Wrapped, the YouTube Wrapped thing, they omitted politics. So, you know, somebody commented last week and said, I watch your shit is like
fucking thing.
Somebody said your shit is the only thing I watch, basically, to me, and it didn't show up on their Wrapped. And so it's like, well, that's crazy. And then I realized myself too, it said my number one shit was watching basketball content, and that didn't feel right. And the reason it doesn't feel right is because, of course, politics really is number one. It didn't have politics on my shit at all. So I feel like they've sort of de-ranked politics in some ways, where they didn't talk about it on the Wrap. They probably have it in like a lower tier algorithm where the stuff doesn't spread as much.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm telling everybody, not only subscribe to our channels, but click the bell icon too, so that you always get a notification every time the video drops. So guys, while you're here, click that bell icon for Corin's World, and also do that on Secular Talk, because yeah, it's that's a way to make sure that you'll know when shit is posted. You know,
it's so weird because politics is like such a staple of a category to like just completely disregard that one.
It's controversial. That's the problem. It's controversial, and they feel like it's not brand safe. That like companies are like, it's not like Lay's potato chips is like, make sure you put my shit next to a guy who's spewing white nationalist talking points. Yeah, they don't want to do that shit, you know.
That's a good point.
You know, you don't have. It's not Nike's not like, hey, put an ad for my shit next to the guy who wants socialism. Like, that's not happening, you know.
True. Damn. Yeah. Thanks, Krantz. I'll look. Sorry. Molly sometimes looks and sends them to me too, but I think it's just a lot of junk mail on my Corin's World email.
Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. Kyle, do you actually not care about Somalis in Minnesota using race as a shield and stealing $1 billion from the needy and hungry children to buy luxury goods? No, Metalhead Matt, it's not that, you know, I don't care. It's that the people who are talking about this, there's a very specific reason why they're focusing on this and not the $38 billion that Elon Musk took from U.S. taxpayers to blow up fucking rockets and do nothing, right? The reason they're talking about it is because they're white nationalists and they want to kick all the Somalis out of the country. That's why they're talking about it. So we got to try to not be autistic. You have to look at the context of why people are talking about certain things and to what ends are they talking about it, right? That's why they're talking about that. Should they prosecute the entire fraud ring and arrest everybody who committed the fraud? Absolutely. That's a no-brainer. But they're going to do that. That is going to be the result. The reason why they're blowing it up on the national level is because they're trying to make an argument of we need to make this country white. That's why they're bragging about bringing in South African Afrikaners, the fat white guys from South Africa. They're saying, we welcome them in, but all the people of color, fuck you, we're kicking you out. And look, all these Somalis are criminals. It's like the billionaires are the criminals. I don't know how much more clear I can say it. Elon Musk is a fucking criminal. All of the tech billionaires are criminals. They're the ones who are fucking getting their taxes cut while your taxes are getting raised. They're taking subsidies. They're fucking creating technology that's going to steal everybody's job. Should they arrest the people who did the fraud, the Somali Americans? Absolutely. But don't fucking hyper focus on that unless you want to do the dirty work for the fucking white nationalists.
Facts.
Time Bandit, thanks for the $10. Kyle, what are the chances AOC is the Dem nominee? Favorite throughout Bush's second term, just like Newsom is now, and Trump is as unpopular as Bush was in his second term. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to say, bro, because it can go either way, right? Like Joe Biden was leading the whole time in 2020, and in the polls, I should say, and he did bad in the first two contests, but he was leading in the polls almost the whole time, and then he ended up winning. Hillary in 2016, even though Bernie made a great run, he went from like 1% to like 45% in the polls, but Hillary was leading the whole time and she won. But then on the flip side, you have stories like 2008 on the Republican side. Rudy Giuliani was leading at the beginning by a lot, and then he collapsed and ended up losing. You had like crazy. You have like Jeb Bush, who was leading in 2015 at the beginning, or like Marco Rubio or whoever it was, and then they fucking collapsed and Trump ended up winning. So sometimes the front runner holds and sometimes the front runner collapses. It's really, really hard to tell what's going to happen. I may have a crystal ball, but I don't have a crystal ball with a C. I have a crystal ball with a K. So I don't know, but I would say, AOC's chances are certainly legitimate. I think she's got, all things considering there's probably going to be like double-digit numbers of Democrats that are running. Probably over 20 Democrats will run. Certainly over like 12 Democrats will run. But like, I'd say she has a solid like 10% chance. She's definitely one of the favorites. Yeah. Evo, thanks for the $5. Kyle, what are your top 3 favorite colognes? Mine are Bleu de Chanel, Xerjoff, 1861, Naxos, and Valentino Uomo, Born in Roma Intense. Well, shout out to you, Evo. Especially shout out to you because you're giving me something I love to talk about. So I actually have my my thing set up. I have it in order.
That Bleu de Chanel seems popular because that was the one that I think my stepbrother was using. You said you had that one, right?
It's literally one of the top
really?
fragrances in the country. So right now, as I'm talking to you guys, I'm gonna send this picture to Corin. I thought I sent it to you earlier, but I actually didn't. But here's what I got right now. My top 3: Gucci Pour Homme. It's actually Gucci by Gucci Pour Homme, the 2008 version, which people fucking sleep on this one, dog. Evo, you got to try to get your hands on it. Don't buy it from eBay because eBay's got a lot of fakes. But if you can get your hand on Gucci by Gucci Pour Homme, it's so amazingly delicious. It's so great. It's like fresh, spicy, and it's got like a touch of sweetness to it, but there's like a smokiness to it. It's like a mysterious, sexy ass fragrance. It's more of like a date night type fragrance, I would say. Not too heavy, but strong. The only issue with it is I feel like it only lasts like 6 or 7 hours or something like that. But Gucci by Gucci Pour Homme, definitely check that one out. They discontinued it in 2023, but you could still get bottles out there. And Corin, did you look at your phone?
I'm in airplane mode just because.
Okay. All right. Well, you'll see it when we're done. I have my whole. I'm starting to get a little collection now. I probably got 20 bottles or maybe more than 20 bottles. And shout out to fragrance discounters because you could buy the fragrances for like half the price of what you see them retail. So you get some good ass deals.
Before you like, what's your kind of process in deciding what you're gonna wear for whatever occasion?
So a lot of it is just feel. Like, what do I feel like wearing?
Okay.
But I do try to generally stay within the guidelines of what it's supposed to be. So, like, if it's a summer day, you want, like, a very fresh aquatic scent. If it's, like, if it's, like, a date night in the winter, you want, like, a heavier, sexier fragrance. So, like, it really depends on what I'm doing for that day. I try to stay in those guidelines. But a lot of the times it's just, I feel like wearing this, so I'm just going to wear this. You know what I'm saying?
And one more question on it. What's your process of, do you go like spray, wrist? Like is there a pattern of how you put it on?
So just recently what I started doing is I do neck. So I'll go like side, side, back. So I'll do like 3 on the neck, and then I do 1 on this shoulder on the clothes, 1 on that shoulder on the clothes. So that's 5, and then I do a spray on my hand so I can smell it myself throughout the day because I love smelling it myself. You want to get it as close to people's faces as possible. That's where you want to spray. So avoid the wrist, avoid that shit. Like, you don't have to do that. But I like to spray my hand just so I could smell it throughout the day and remember like what fragrance I'm wearing because I just love to smell it. But try like neck and shoulders and stuff so that it's up by people's noses is where they smell you, you know?
Is there like a agreed upon way to do it in the fragrance community?
No, they debate. People debate it. They debate it. People have strong feelings in every which direction. You know, I mean, I was raised similar, like to how everybody, like you put it on your wrist, you do that, you do this. Like I was raised with all that shit, but I was convinced based off, you know, I watched some video on it and the guy was like, you want to get the fragrance as close to people's noses as possible so they can smell it. So I do almost all like up here and back here. You know, and I like going on the clothes too. Skin and clothes is the move, but clothes, it kind of lingers longer in the clothes, which I like, you know? So there's that. But to get back to the question, Gucci by Gucci Pour Homme is number 1. It's been the GOAT in my mind for a very long time now. It would be very hard for that to be kicked off, in my opinion. Like, it's going to be very hard to top that one. Number 2 is actually a new ad. It's Dolce & Gabbana, the one Eau de Parfum. Not the Eau de Toilette, the Eau de Parfum, the stronger one. That shit, bro, when I first smelled it in the store, I wasn't blown away by it. But I blind bought it because they had a good deal on it at one of the fragrance things. And when we smelled it, when I got it, it literally like blew my mind. And I let Crystal smell it in her eyes. You could always tell when somebody loves a scent because their eyes go. They go like there's ooh, that's good. Like it hits them like on some innate, like visceral level. So Dolce & Gabbana, the one Eau de Parfum is a must-have. Everybody should buy that one. That shit is incredible. Then my number 3, and I fucking love this one, bro. This one, even in the store, it blew my mind. Ralph Lauren, Ralph's Club, New York. It's kind of a new one. I think it came out this year. Oh man, the opening on that one is so good. It's got this thing like black currant. It's like a berry thing, I think, in the opening, and it is just so fucking. It's different than any other one I smelled in the opening, and it just hits hard. Like you just feel like, oh, it's so fresh. It's so fresh and smooth. So Ralph Lauren, Ralph's Club, New York. Everybody check that one out. And then I'm just going to add one more because I feel like it's close to being a tie for third. This one shocked me. So my sister asked me, hey, you know, what do you want for Christmas? And I just sent her like, let me check, let me see like what my fragrances I want to get. There's a very cheap fragrance. It's a Calvin Klein. It's called CK Shock. And it comes in a bottle that's very similar to my show colors. Like it's all black with that like bright green, like that neon green type shit. So people have made fun of the bottle forever because they feel like it looks kind of childish or whatever. So I was like, yeah, just, you know, this one's good. It was like only like a $20 fragrance or something like that. So she bought it for me. And, you know, I already opened it. We exchanged gifts beforehand because I don't see them on Christmas. And it's a tobacco fragrance. And that shit is fucking fire, dog. Like tobacco is sort of a note that is a little bit it's a little bit risque. Like some people don't like it.
Yeah,
but I feel like
it sounds on surface like it wouldn't smell good.
But here's the thing: it actually doesn't. However you think it smells, it doesn't smell like that. It smells amazing. It's like a cherry type, like a cherry-ish tobacco type, and it's still very like masculine smelling. But for like a $20 fragrance, and that shit lasted a good 6-7 hours. Like I got a good, like it lasted a long time. So it's not really like a cheap fragrance. Usually the cheap fragrances go away like that. So that's a good cheap one. I would recommend to anybody out there if you're getting into fragrances, get CK Shock. Get the big bottle at a good discounter. It only costs like $20. Bro, you'll love that shit. It is an amazing smelling tobacco fragrance. And that one's close to third, but I gave it fourth. So anyway, those are my top 4 for you.
I might have to dive into the CK Shock since it's
Bro, it's only like I said, only like $20.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And I think you'll like that one because I don't know anybody who doesn't like that one. Like Crystal really liked it too. Everybody who smelled it really liked it.
I just sneeze a lot when I get around scents, you know, but I think I have to like get used to it and then it'll.
No, I think if you get ones that there will be ones you don't sneeze at. And those are the ones you should really use. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's certainly not the case that every oil makes you sneeze. It's only certain one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Andrew, thanks for the $10. Should Sam Presti and OKC be rewarded for their franchise building, potential 2 lottery picks next draft, or should Comrade Silver step in? Also, Kyle, who's your pick for Speaker of the House? Peace. So my take on that right now, I do think in the long run they should reform how it's done. I do believe that it would feel fucked up to do it like right this second when OKC did everything right. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
they just beat everybody at the game that the rules were laid out. So like it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think the 76ers try to do the same game plan, or Daryl Morey did it with one of the teams he was with. I think it was the 76ers, where he tried to compile picks and it hadn't worked out for them. Like, they're within the system of, they just fucking loaded up on picks and they picked well. So it's like, yeah, they're getting rewarded right now by seeing the fruits of their labors of their picks playing really well. So yeah, I don't think they need to be rewarded, but they are being rewarded. So yeah, I think they're doing well, but they just lost to the Spurs. So I think the tide will eventually switch, where they go through a rough patch, but they get a lot of calls and they get the benefit of Shy, being at the free throw line and their whole team shooting a lot of free throws. But they are a really good team. They've got good they play really well as a team. They all seem to genuinely like each other.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at Shea Gilgeous-Alexander for getting to the line that much. If you're mad at anybody, don't hate the player, hate the game. Like, tell them to change the rules where, the foul baiting doesn't work that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to go back to rules where they're not going to get to the line as much, then you got to change the rules, But, like, Jalen and Shea just, like, are able to play that game well because they know how to foul bait,
Facts. Good point. Do you have a pick for Speaker of the House?
Oh, Speaker of the House, yeah. So I would love Ro Khanna to be Speaker of the House. I don't think he's interested in it, but he would be great at it. I would love Mark Pocan. If Ro Khanna doesn't want to do it, Mark Pocan should do it. And maybe like Greg Kazar, somebody like that. There's a lot of people who I think would be really good at the role, but for sure, Ro Khanna, Mark Pocan are probably the top two.
Thanks, Andrew.
Jacob, thanks for the $5. Hey, Kyle, going to DC very soon and was wondering what spots you recommend. Looking for tourist attractions, food, anything you think would be fun. Let me ask Crystal. I'll ask Crystal what the name of the Mexican place is that we love, because that's where you should go. I mean, obviously, go look at the White House.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are your thoughts?
Go look at the Capitol. Go look at, the Washington Monument. Go do all that stuff for sure. Go do shopping or whatever the fuck, like do that for sure. But in terms of restaurants, there's this amazing Mexican restaurant that has really top-notch Mexican food. I'm going to tell you that name in a minute when Crystal responds.
I remember when I went to DC, I don't know where this is. They had some shit that was like some super, super long escalator. And I just have a vivid memory of like going to that escalator and standing on it. I don't know if it's by the Washington Monument or something, but there's just a diesel-ass escalator going down to the train or some shit in DC. I don't know if you know it or not. There's just like a very, very long escalator.
Yeah, no, I don't know that. I don't know that. It's funny because like I've been in DC so much. Well, I never really did any formal sightseeing, really. I mean, I did when I was in like 6th grade when I went there.
Yeah.
But in modern day, I haven't really done it. But like I said, our old apartment was literally right next to the White House.
Yeah.
I used to park and then walk to the apartment, and I would turn on the street. I park on K Street, walk, make a right. And when I make that right, I'm in Black Lives Matter Plaza, where it says Black Lives Matter on the ground, and the White House is right there, right in front of me.
Yep.
And so you'd walk, and then I'd make the left and go to our apartment. And I remember being there. During the Black Lives Matter protests, which it got kind of wild. The January 6th time period, shit got wild as fuck. So like there was a time where they had that whole bitch locked down, where I had to park like 5 blocks from our apartment and then walk there. And I swear to God, dog, between COVID and Black Lives Matter, like there was a period where I was living in like a post-apocalyptic movie where I would park like 5 blocks away. There would be military vehicles and cop cars in the middle of the street. And it would be empty everywhere. It'd be pitch black outside, and I'd be walking 5 blocks to get to the apartment. And it was crazy. It was like you'd see these military vehicles and cop cars, pitch black, sirens going off, not a single person in sight in all of DC, and I'm walking alone out there. It felt crazy. It felt so crazy.
It feel like some apocalyptic shit.
So I have an answer. It's L'Oreal Plaza, Lauriol Plaza. Amazing Mexican food. And by the way, it is a huge restaurant because they know how banging their shit is, and it's always busy.
I feel like we went to a good like food bar spot for your bachelor party. I do not remember the name of it all, but
that was it.
Oh, that was the spot?
That was the spot we went to.
Oh,
Yep.
that shit was banging. Yeah.
Banging as fuck. Amazing. Yeah, that's where we went. Yep, that's right.
Try and catch like a Wizards game or something too. Like see.
Oh yeah. They have shit all the time at Capital One Arena. Go to Capital One Arena for sure. Facts. Case Sutherland, thanks for the $10. Man, the reason Tim Pool, the dim fool, wears a beanie is because he's clearly cosplaying as Larry the Cucumber from the Veggie Tales music video for I Don't Got a Belly Button. Seriously, look it up. What's the name? Larry the Cucumber.
Tim Pool, the dim fool.
Larry.
Is that a different person from Tim Pool?
No, he's calling Tim Pool a dim fool.
Oh, got you.
Larry the Cucumber. Yeah, I see it. I can see it. That's hilarious. Well, shout out, bro. Thank you for making us think of Tim Pool, the dim fool. The Golden Child, thanks for the $5. Do you ever think Crystal and Molly encourage you both to be body positive because they quietly think you're more attractive rocking keto-free bods? Wait, let me read that again. Do you ever think Crystal and Molly encourage you both to be body positive because they quietly think you're more attractive rocking keto-free bods?
So they want us to have like...
They want us to be fat is what you're saying?
I don't think that's the case in Molly's.
Yeah, I don't think Crystal wants me to be.
Yeah, she would prefer that.
I genuinely think Crystal doesn't care what I look like. That like whatever's in the realm of how fat I would be, from my low of like 185 to my high of like 220, wherever I am in that, she'd be fine with it. Like I don't think she thinks about it, but I think she's happy that I've cut out a lot of the carbs and sugar because I'm just healthier when I do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the same with Molly. Like, so in that blood test, they said I had high cholesterol.
That's what I'm on. I'm on a cholesterol pill, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've been taking it for like 2 years. Yeah.
Oh, tell me what you have because like I feel like I'm pretty I work out. I'm pretty active.
Yeah, but no, it's the diet. It's the diet. You eat a lot of shit, 100%. You know.
Yeah, so like if that pill can help, pass me that.
Bro, it literally just fixes it like that, and I had zero side effects.
Oh yeah, let me know what that is.
Some people say like, oh, they might have minor side effects here or there, but I literally had zero side effects.
What would some side effects be?
I mean, here I'll look it up. Potential side effects of a statin.
And it's over the counter?
No, you need a prescription for it, but your doctor will give you a prescription for it for sure. Yeah. All right, so the first things that come up: muscle pain, weakness or soreness, digestive issues like constipation or diarrhea, indigestion or gas, headache, dizziness, sleep problems.
Like regular shit, yeah.
It's all shit, and this is again, it's in such a tiny percentage of cases, but they have to like list all these things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, I've been taking it for like 2 years. I have no side effects, and
your cholesterol's good.
And my cholesterol is now perfect. So
all right,
and by the way, that shit runs in my family too. Where even like when I started eating good, even then the cholesterol is too high. It just runs in the family where we have very high cholesterol. So for me, I'm probably gonna need to be on. I'm gonna need to be on that shit forever. But
yeah,
I mean, there's nothing. It's just you have a higher risk of like heart attack and stroke if you just have high cholesterol and you do nothing. So it's a good idea to get on the shit. You know?
Yeah. Let me know what that is after.
Cap, it's your boy Cap again. Thanks for the $5, man. Kyle, didn't you debate Asmund Slop on TJ's podcast back in the day? No, that was some other dude, or was that some other long-haired right-wing douchebag? It was some other long-haired right-wing douchebag. I'm blanking on his name. He was some goofy ass dude. I forget his name, but that guy regretted it because I fucking carved him up, man. Holy shit. I forget the guy's name, but guys, post it in the comment section because yeah, that was legendary. I highly recommend you guys still go watch that debate if you haven't yet, because man, Razorfist. His name was Razorfist. Yeah, go watch that because it was brutal for him, man. He probably regretted agreeing to do it. It was there were memes made out of it and everything. So yeah.
Thanks, Cap.
But he kind of does look like Asmongold, so I see where you're coming from. QC man, thanks for the $5. Do you think shape-shifting Newsom would ever appear on Kyle and Crystal? Would you be nice to him for 10% of the interview? Have Tom Hartman on. So we've had Tom Hartman on the podcast. Type in Crystal, Kyle, and Friends Tom Hartman. You'll see it. It's there. And I love Tom Hartman. Me and Crystal joke that he's my real dad. That like my actual dad is not my real dad, and Tom Hartman is my real dad because he's like the OG Kyle. And yes, I would be nice to him for 10% of the interview. And I would love to have Newsom on. I don't think he'll do it because I think Crystal has invited him on Breaking Points and he hasn't agreed to it. And really? Breaking Points is probably easier than KKF in terms of we'll be probably harder on him than they would even be on Breaking Points, So
yeah, hopefully he comes around on New Media and does more
He has been doing it, but just not us because
really?
we're not controllable. To be fair, he went on Van Lathan show, and Van Lathan is not controllable either. So I wonder how he picks what shows to go on.
Yeah.
Metalhead Matt, thanks again for the $5. Hey Kyle, you often say that you never have to hand it to ISIS, but wouldn't ending U.S. military involvement in the Middle East be doing exactly that? No, I wouldn't say that, because remember, it's the U.S.'s intervention in a bunch of Middle Eastern countries that led to jihadists taking power. I mean, how do you think the guy who's now the president of Syria, how do you think he wound up there? The United States funded al-Nusra and a bunch of jihadist groups for years, and they helped weaken the Assad regime, and then Assad eventually fell. Now there's a literal former al-Qaeda guy who's the head of Syria. And so, yeah, if anything, it's the opposite. Like, when we get involved in the Middle East, we've often funded like the Islamic extremists. So if we just left them alone, there was like Arab nationalism sort of took over the Middle East, and they were like secular movements. And we decided we don't want that, because then they're going to like nationalize their oil and not allow Western corporations to have them. So we funded Islamic extremists to fucking overthrow them. And so, yeah, no, whenever we get involved in the Middle East, we tend to finance the worst of the worst and arm the worst of the worst. So it's quite the opposite. The more we stay out, the better it probably is. Like, if we had just stayed out, then there still would be Arab nationalist states, and not like, Islamic extremist governments there, like in Syria.
Thanks, Matt.
Chase Chapman, thanks for the $20. Very kind of you. Hey, I'm not necessarily a Crockett hater, but she is a Zionist, and her messaging was more about being anti-Trump than pro-affordability. James Tallarico is better on all fronts. Would you look into him? Yeah, look, we talked about this a little bit last time. Tallarico is saying a lot of the right things. He's saying a lot of the right things, and I'm open to him. My bias against him is he feels like Pete Buttigieg, right? Now, I will freely admit this is a vibes-based argument, but like, I just don't trust him. I don't know why I don't trust him, but I just don't trust him. I feel like he's calculated. I feel like he's just knows how to play the game. I feel like once he gets in there, he will be like a Pete Buttigieg. Now, having said that, I'm well aware of Crockett's downsides too. You guys are right that Crockett, she was bad on Israel. She took crypto money, for example. That's not cool. Like, she's not great. But the thing about Crockett that I think is makes her formidable is that she's got that X factor where the cameras can't stay off her, and she knows how to like stir controversy, and she knows how to like whip up partisanship. So I honestly, I just think she's going to win. But I'll say what I said before, which is whoever wins, we need to back that person against John Cornyn or fucking Ken Paxton, because those guys are demons. So if Tallarico wins, God bless him. We'll all back him. If Crockett wins, God bless her. We'll all back her. But we got to beat Cornyn. We got to beat Paxton. But, you're not wrong about her flaws. I think you guys are actually right about Jasmine's flaws. But I think you're a little too naive in accepting Tallarico as if he's like actually like a hardcore leftist. He's not. He's just like, he's saying a lot of the right things, and I just don't trust. I mean, he also took money from a Miriam Adelson aligned PAC for, I believe it was over gambling. So he was open to allowing gambling in Texas or something like that. But the Miriam Adelson aligned PAC, of course, that's Miriam Adelson money. There's also connections there when it comes to Israel. So just all I'm saying, don't be so Pollyanna-ish about him, right? Don't be so Pollyanna-ish about him, because he also has downsides and flaws. But look, I asked my own audience, whoever you guys want to back, go ahead and back them. Like, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to advocate hard one way or the other in this race. But that's my breakdown of Crockett versus Tallarico.
Thanks, Chase.
Cap, thanks for the $5. Lil Cap again. Kyle, I'm from San Francisco. Should I support Chakrabarti or Scott Weenie running for Pelosi's seat? I heard Weenie is very progressive. So is Shoykot. Shoykot is super progressive. He was one of the co-founders of Justice Democrats with me. So I can vouch for Shoykot. We had him on Crystal Kyle and Friends. The other guy I don't know too much about. Perhaps he's a really good candidate as well. So it might be one of those situations where whoever wins, we win. That's very possible. But I personally know Shoykot. I know he's the real deal. I know he means it. So I can vouch for him. I don't know anything about the other guy, so I can't necessarily vouch for him. But maybe that other guy has a good record too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the other guy's name's kind of fun to say. Shakar Shaka Baka Baka.
Nah, that guy misspelled it. It's Shoykot. Yeah, he spelled it wrong. Everything is wrong, but I got who he was talking about. Guitar Pro, thanks for the $5. Insane to see how conservatives are saying Australia needs more guns, even though this is only like the 18th mass shooting since the 90s. Yeah, that's so crazy. Yeah, I don't even know. I thought the last mass shooting they actually had was like 1996. I really thought there wasn't like a single one since then, But I don't know. Maybe there has been a couple in between. But it's nowhere near as many as we've literally had hundreds of thousands of people die in mass shootings here since 1996. So whatever their death toll is, 100, 200, whatever, versus like hundreds of thousands, I think we know which system is better.
Yeah, they definitely don't need more guns. But the gun freaking lobbyists are probably like licking their chops right now for Australia.
Yeah, but Australia is not going to fucking go back. Not. Yeah, they're not going to allow people to have guns. There's no way. Shit, not you again. Thanks for the $5. Kyle, I like how you struggle pronouncing electricity. Comes out electricity. Kind of like how Mike Figueredo says Democrat. It's just funny.
What is he, Roger Rabbit?
People just coming after me for how I say shit, man.
Yeah. Shit, not you again.
Wes Nelson, thanks for the $5. I think Peter Thiel is onto something when talking about the Antichrist returning. Does he know something about Erica Kirk that we don't? Yes. Or does he know something about himself that we don't? Because, yeah. Did you guys see he invited this like young content creator, this like muscular, good-looking teenage guy to like a party or something, and that was on video? That is sketchy as fuck. That's yeah, he's got Epstein vibes, man, through and through, that dude.
Yeah, that's weird.
Das Bose Fleisch, thanks for the $12. Imagine for a moment that Trump's condition got worse, which leads to him withering away, attached to life support. Would any of his family have the courage to pull the plug? That's a great question, and the answer is no. They would do like what happened in House of the Dragon, where like when the king died, they would still pretend like he wasn't and make all these decisions and like do their stuff, pretending he was still alive. That's what would happen. It'd be like Weekend at Bernie's, like for sure. They would just, you'd have like, Stephen Miller and fucking Jared Kushner and like Marco Rubio and Russ Vought and all these guys. They would just be making policy decisions pretending Trump is still alive. I don't know how long they do it, but as long as they can get away with it.
As I'm saying, I wouldn't be surprised if they're recording like videos of him now while he's still a little bit competent. And if anything were to happen to him and he passes away, they just like play those videos. So we think he's still there.
AI too.
Yeah, AI too. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, just saying basic shit.
Office of the President thanks for the $10. Have you had a chance to look up Mr. Beat? Not Mr. Beast. He recently took a political compass test. It told him that he was a democratic socialist. The same guy, Mr. Beat, had Alan Lichtman on his show. Yeah, I think I have looked at him since you mentioned him. But I have not yet reached out to get him on the show yet. I'm assuming that's what you're
so just a good dude, Mr. Beat. We're a fan of him.
I guess we are. Yes, I guess we are. So anyway, yeah, we can. I can try to. Is he on Twitter? Let me see if he's on Twitter. See if I could look him up that way. Mr. Beat. Didn't he also do a video that like he used to be a Joe Rogan fan and now he's not? Oh wait, I think is this him, Mr. Beat? This might be him. Let's see. Yeah, Mr. Beat, geography, economics, politics. Yeah,
that's the guy.
Yeah. Okay. I just click follow, so I'll send him a DM. We have like a list of people that are coming up the next few weeks on KKF, but I could try to, reach out to him at some point in the future.
Thanks, Office.
Yeah. I think this is him. Okay. Yep. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Where were you, Corin?
Skylar Rudolph.
I clicked away. Okay, here you are. Sorry, I have too many tabs up. Skylar, thanks for the $20. Very kind of you. Kyle, sure, a significant chunk of Republican voters and a few politicians are now criticizing Trump, but won't they vote for the GOP in 3 years anyway? It's all noise until we stop the both sidesing and get them to vote blue. I agree. Any sort of like, mild criticism of Trump or breaking with orthodoxy, like it doesn't fucking mean anything because they just go right back to him anyway, and they go right back to voting Republican anyway. So you could say you disagree with it, but do you really? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. So I agree, Skylar. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Skylar.
Melhead Matt, thanks again for the $5. Kyle, if Jews aren't safe in a secular democracy like Australia, perhaps they do need the protection of an ethno-state, that an ethno-state provides. Palestinians too. I mean, we can't just have ethno-states everywhere, bro. That's crazy.
What's an ethno-state?
An ethno-state is having a state based on a race. like having, like, oh, we only allow these sorts of people in this country, or only these sorts of people have full rights. And like, my issue with it is it's the exact opposite of what we've all been raised with and taught. We've been taught that secular democracy is ideal, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's equal under the law. Everybody gets a vote. We don't have a religion that runs the government or an ethnicity that runs the government. So yeah, as a matter of principle, I'm going to be opposed to ethno-states. I understand the argument that in some cases, in theory, certain ethno-states could be less egregious than others, right? Like, Malcolm X wanted a black ethno-state because black people were slaves and he wanted to break away from the white people and create their own black state. I can understand the logic making more sense at the beginning in that instance, but the problem is in the long run, you always become the oppressor, right? In the long run, what happens? There's a white person who goes there and it's like, you got to lock him up or take away his rights because he happens to be white. It's like, that's sort of fucked up. So I'm just against ethno-states in principle. So I would say no.
Yeah, it's a good explanation.
Big Mouth Stan, I like your name, and thanks for the $5. Reiner's death exposes the right's hypocrisy. They've been concerned trolling about Kirk for months, and Trump destroys their moral high ground with one post. Exactly right. And by the way, that's why a lot of right-wingers were at least feigning disagreeing with Trump. Emily Jashinsky hosts a Sirius XM show after Megyn Kelly's show, and a lot of right-wingers called up and were like, I disagree with Trump, and that was gross. And I think the reason they're doing that is because it just happened with Charlie Kirk, where he got killed. They pretended to have the moral high ground. They said, we never act like this after, somebody died. You had Jack Posobiec literally said, imagine Rob Reiner got killed. We wouldn't fucking celebrate. And then Rob Reiner gets killed and Trump is celebrating. So like, they're just wrong about that. So I think they felt like it struck too close to home because the Charlie Kirk thing just happened. So they felt like they had to at least pretend to be, aghast at what Trump said. Which is still even surprising. Cap, thanks again for the $5. Kyle, does it get annoying how people constantly ask you to get people on KKF? That being said, looking forward to hearing Mortal Technique on the show. No, I mean, it actually is. It's nice to add them to the list, right? It's nice to have a whole list knowing like, whenever we're wondering who to get on the show, it's like, well, just go to the list and check out some of the names. So it's actually nice to have the list. So I do appreciate it. But there are times where it's like, chill. If you ask somebody... They're on the list, or if anybody here brought up a name, it's already on the list. I can assure you that. Yeah. So hearing Nick Fuentes for like the 9,000th time. They want me to go on his show, I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, sometimes they say they want him to come on KKF. That's not happening. Everybody get over it. Thanks. The Nick people are crazy. Whatever I say, even if I do a 20-minute segment and 19 minutes of it are me shitting on him, if there's 1 minute where I'm not shitting on him, they will post it on Twitter as if I agreed with him in the whole video. And it's like, this is just dishonest. You know that, right? Yeah. It's incredible. It's incredible. Sentinel Kevin, thanks for the $20. If Asmongold was ever to be arrested, his prison cell should be cell with a shower hose on the roof with a twin-sized waterbed in the corner. Not sure I get what you're saying there. If he doesn't get what you're saying, I have no fucking goddamn sure. But thank you for the $20. I appreciate it. I believe at the core of that is this idea that he doesn't fucking shower. And that's true. He's a disgusting man who doesn't shower. And that's gross. Yeah, but thanks for the $20, bro. Appreciate it. Watching balls. Thank you, man. This is my handle. Thanks for the $5. Drink Fairlife if you're lactose intolerant. It's getting expensive, though. Speedos are great. Fairlife. Speedos are not great, but Fairlife is good, you were going to say? It's good milk. They sell lactose intolerant pills, right? Like you just pop a pill and it makes it so you can drink as much lactose as you want. You know that? Oh, really? Yeah, but I'm like mildly lactose intolerant. Like if I have a lot of some shit, then it could fuck my stomach up, but a little bit I'm fine. Yeah, I think one of my friends loves ice cream, and I think he takes like a lactose pill just so he can eat it. But also it's like just give up the ice cream. But you'll have a lot of shit, and you said like you're a little lactose. Yeah, I'm a little lactose intolerant, but if I have like a couple scoops of ice cream, it'll be fine. Right? It's like if I OD, like one time I ate like a very creamy pasta, then had like cheesecake after it, and my stomach was fucked up for like 3 days. That's when I needed that fucking pill, Yeah, I think I'm similar. QC man, thanks for the $5. What's up, Felchmaster General? Recently heard you say you've changed your mind on sports gambling. Is there another big issue you've 180'd on? I'm sure there is. I can't really think of it at the moment. But yeah, sports gambling is definitely one of them. I understand now why. Like, I didn't get the full picture of the potential downsides that you could get to the point where you just undermine the integrity of every single sport because of the gambling. So, like, I'm not totally anti-gambling. I think it should be legal, taxed, and regulated. But I like the idea now of what we had where it was like, you could only gamble in a casino, or you could only gamble in like one of the states where like you got to jump through hoops to try to do it, because right now it's there's way too much of it going
Wild
on. It's
West,
ruining
yeah.
people's lives. The fucking thing is rigged anyway. It's ruining the integrity of the sport. It's just not worth it. But off the top of my head, I'm sure I have changed my mind on other things too, but I can't, right for the life of me now. I can't think of one. I guess you could say my I for sure have changed my mind on the way I talk about politics, where in the past I would very heavily focus on how like Democrats and Republicans both suck. Not equally, but I would talk about them and give people the impression that it might be equally. That I regret. I'm never doing that again. Republicans are way worse. It's not even close. And so, yeah, that's another thing I guess you could say.
QC, man. Thank you.
Cartoon, thanks for the $5. What are your thoughts on the Quentin Tarantino, Paul Dano beef? It seems like a lot of people are on Dano's side, also favorite Tarantino movies. So I don't know. I didn't see anything about this. Corin, did you see anything about this?
No. I don't keep up with fucking director beef.
Yeah, no, and I'm not too plugged into that world. But to answer your question, let me see. I just pulled up a bunch of the Quentin Tarantino movies. Obviously, the GOAT that everybody would mention is Pulp Fiction. I feel like Pulp Fiction is amazing.
Kill Bill is another one he did, right?
Kill Bill's another one. I don't think I've actually ever sat through the whole Kill Bill.
I don't think I've seen Kill Bill either.
I don't think I've seen the whole one. But I love Django Unchained. I thought was great.
That was a good one.
I thought Jamie Foxx and Leonardo DiCaprio and that random French guy or whatever was amazing in it.
Yep.
So I'd say Pulp Fiction. Reservoir Dogs was good too. I liked Reservoir Dogs.
I think I've never seen that.
It's good. I like.
I saw a video of Quentin Tarantino like coming out of a Starbucks. I think it was like Colorado or Utah or something like that, and someone was recording him, and he like lost his shit on the guy and was like gonna hit him, but he like restrained himself.
Really?
Yeah. It was a while ago though. Yeah.
No shit. But yeah, I'm not sure. Here, should I try to look up what the thing was? Quentin Tarantino.
I feel like he's an on edge guy all the time, Quentin Tarantino. You know, like I feel like he probably gets into a lot of beefs, or like he's just a strange guy that it's probably common that people get, you know, into little like things with him pretty regularly.
Right. Let's see if we can figure out what this beef is about. Quentin Tarantino versus Paul Dano. Is it Dano or Dano? How am I?
I think Dano.
Dano. In early December 2025, Tarantino went on a podcast and ranked his top films of the 21st century. He placed There Will Be Blood at number 5, saying it could have been number 1 or number 2, except for one big giant flaw: Paul Dano's performance as the twin brothers, Paul and Eli Sunday. Tarantino called Dano weak sauce, a non-entity, the weakest fucking actor in SAG, and the limpest dick in the world. Jesus Christ. Claiming he couldn't hold his own against Daniel Day-Lewis, and suggesting Austin Butler would have been better. This sparked massive backlash. Celebrities like Ben Stiller, Reese Witherspoon, Daniel Day-Lewis, who endorsed praise for Dano and had recommended him for the role, and others defended him publicly. Dano himself stayed silent. It's one-sided beef. Tarantino's trash-talking, unprovoked Hollywood rallying around the beloved Dano. No personal history mentioned, just Tarantino's blunt opinion gone viral. So what I would say is, I don't remember that guy's role in There Will Be Blood, but like, if it was as bad as Tarantino says, then I would back Tarantino. But if it wasn't as bad as Tarantino says, then fuck Tarantino. So it would literally depend on whether or not it was true, right? Like, if it was true, I would back Tarantino, but I don't know if it's true. You know what I'm saying? So like, you tell me, like, did you think his performance was that bad? Because he made it seem like it was the worst fucking performance ever. You know?
He could be salty too, or some shit. Like, there could be a reason.
Yeah, there could be something else going on there that we don't know about. But yeah,
something like that.
I would have to go back and watch that performance. I have seen There Will Be Blood, but I don't remember, obviously, the role that guy played or how his acting was. But I would have to rewatch it to figure out. George Wade, shout out, Molly's dad. Molly's uncle David drinks 2 to 3 glasses of milk a week. Wow. It reminds me of when we were kids and they said, like, drink a lot of milk. It's good for your bones. Remember they say it's like good for your...
all like bullshit, right?
I don't know about... what I do know is the shit they said about carrots was fake. That, it helps your eyesight if you eat carrots. Yeah. That was a lie. It was a World War II lie.
Damn.
Lil Cat back again. Kyle, please stop interrupting Crystal constantly on KKF. I'm trying to listen to her speak. Shout out Big Corin from the block. I will try. It's never my intent to cut my wife off. So
same. I do the same to Kyle. It's just hard.
I'm not doing that.
No, I'm sure you're fine.
Kyle, Jasmine Crock is an establishment neo-lib who constantly votes to give military aid to Israel. What are you doing endorsing her, man? I didn't endorse her. I think she's probably going to win, though. But yeah, I did my best to stay as, as neutral as possible in the segment that I did. If I were to endorse her, I would have said something like, go vote for this person, or I am voting for this person. I'm not even a Texas resident. So go back and watch the segment again because you're reading too much into it. The point of the segment was to say, do not underestimate her, and people are underestimating her. I just think she's going to win. If Tallarico were able to beat her in the primary, then God bless him. But I just think she's going to win. I think she's got that amazing star power, and she's almost like Democratic Trump in a way. But yes, all of the flaws that lefties say she has, I think it's fair game. I think she does have those flaws. Apparently, I was wrong when I said she took AIPAC money. Apparently, she didn't take AIPAC money, but her voting record is still bad on the issue, so it like almost doesn't matter that she didn't take AIPAC money. She's still voting the wrong way anyway. But anyway,
Thanks,
there you have it. I'm Catherine Maya. Thanks for the $20. Hey, a first time catching alive. Finally, I saw that progressive comedian you had on KKF. You got to check out Cliff Cash, Trey Crowder, and Steve Hofstetter. They've never been to Saudi. I know Trey Crowder. Of the people you listed there, I do know Trey Crowder. I don't know the other two, but Trey Crowder, I think he's known as the liberal redneck online. That guy's great. And if he, his stand-up is good too, but if he ever wanted to just do what I do for a living, he'd be well suited for it. He's a smart guy, and he's funny as fuck. So shout out to that guy.
Thanks, Catherine. Happy to have you on the live.
And John Marcos Tracy is awesome. Everybody should check him out. John Marcos Tracy is the man.
John Marcos Racy.
He's the lefty comedian who I had on Crystal Kyle. Yeah. Colin Corin, did you guys ever watch Avatar: The Last Airbender? I don't think I did. I may have watched. Is that the original Avatar? I've watched the original Avatar, I think.
I don't think that was the original one. That might have been a sequel or like even like some other shit that was on.
Yeah, I watched the original Avatar, but that's it.
Yeah, did you like the original Avatar?
I mean, I don't remember. I think it was good. I don't really remember. I don't know. I'm not a big movie. I'm just not a big movie guy. I don't know about you. I've never been a big movie guy. No. So like, half the time I fall asleep in the theater sometimes and fucking like zone out and all sorts of shit.
That shit was a little long. I feel like I know we spoke about Titanic and I mentioned it was long and you were okay with it being long. I feel like Avatar was a little long and they like unnecessarily long.
I do know it's like universally in the top 10 of all time movies. So it's got to be good to one extent or another. You know what I'm saying? Massive sales, record breaking sales. And people love it, So, But Joshua loves art. Thanks, bro, for the $10. We appreciate you. Super Schmuck, thanks for the $5. He posted that Reiner died because his TDS enraged people. You think that he initially thought what happened was political and thus endorsed it? Oh, that's actually a great point. That did not occur to me.
Oh, that his son disagreed with him
politically? No. You understand what he's saying here?
Not really.
He's saying that maybe Rob Reiner got killed because he had Trump derangement syndrome. So the implication there is some like massive Trump lover killed him. You understand? Like the implication is maybe it was a Trump lover who killed him. That's what, but Trump, I don't think Trump knew yet that when he had that first tweet. Yeah. I don't think he knew that it was his son yet. And so maybe Trump did think it was like a MAGA person that killed him. And that you're right. Hey, Super Schmuck, that's a great point, man. That didn't occur to me, but yeah, I mean, what you're saying here is plausible. What you're saying here is like a semi-endorsement of political violence,
Could have been some political disagreement shit too. We don't know what his son likes political theory thinking was.
Yeah, I mean it's possible, but we have no evidence of that at the moment,
Yeah, true. So just a weird dude.
Axiomatic Caxon. Let me try this again. Axiomatica Exon of Insanity. Axiomatica Son of Insanity or Son of Insanity. Thoughts on criticism from Bad Empanada, who I think reasonably critiques SocDem commentators backing entries like Brad Lander, who's unfortunately a self-admitted Zionist, over solidarity with Gaza. I think the problem with a guy like that, and this isn't just about him, there's a lot of people like that who fit into the same category, is the people who are just like both sides are equally bad and participating in the system at all is betraying your morality. There was a time when I agreed with that, but watching complete fascist warmongers rampage through the country and start multiple new wars and set up concentration camps and round up innocent people and send them to get raped in fucking El Salvador and tortured in El Salvador. When I look around, I say, it's just not true that both sides are equally bad. One side is objectively way, 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 way worse. And I don't even think that's a debatable point. In fact, I think you'd have to be a fucking idiot to not acknowledge that one side is worse, right?
Facts.
So given that's the case, I feel like I've grown to the position of sort of having a lot of hatred toward my own old position, where I never believed they were equally bad, but people who watch my content may have incorrectly but understandably taken away that I thought they were equally bad, right? And so I didn't make the point enough that they're not equally bad. So people like that, I think it's goofy to spend your time shitting on people who critique the Dems but know that the Dems are way better than the Republicans. To me, that's just the duh position. I agree much more now with Chomsky's position than I ever did in the past, where Chomsky was just voting is not some personal expression of who you are. It's just something you do once every couple years to keep the worst demons out of power. Are you green lighting effectively a lesser evil? Of course. But it's a failure of imagination to not understand how much more damage the worst demons can do, right? So I'm just over that whole mindset, that old school Jimmy Dore mindset of both parties are corrupt and evil, and if you participate in the system at all, then you're just as evil as them, and you're sheepdogging people into the Democratic Party. It's shut the fuck up. Shut up. It's just so boring and so stale. Yeah, I've heard it a million times. It's not fucking convincing anymore. So, no, for sure, I'm always going to support the person who will do the least amount of damage. And hopefully we get to the point where we get people who will do just no damage and will only do good things, right? So,
nice.
Anyway, that's where I'm at on that. And by the way, even mediocre Democrats do some things that are objectively good. Right? Certainly domestic policy, they'll do some things that are objectively good. Even Joe Biden, who overall was a very centrist or even wing Democrat, even he did horrible things on foreign policy, arming and funding genocide and stuff like that. He also ended the war in Afghanistan. He also nearly eliminated the drone war completely, right? So that's the other part of this is I feel like there's a war on nuance, where if you point out facts and say, hey, this thing is good and this thing is bad, they go, that's not allowed, and they spurg out over it. It's I don't care about you spurging out. I don't care about you spurg. Go ahead, spurg out all you want. It won't change the facts. And I'm going to regurgitate the facts and tell you what I think of the facts. So yeah, I just find that boring. I find it stale. I find it silly. I find it childish, if I'm being honest. Somebody saying somebody like Hassan Piker is, he's not lefty enough. I'm only the purest lefty because I refuse to engage with any Democrats or vote for any candidate. It's okay, congratulations. Enjoy irrelevance, because that's where you're going to be forever. Appreciate it.
There you have it.
Corin, congrats on 20K. Corin, how many nasty gas station bathrooms did you run across on your many road trips?
Well, not at 20K, but I'm close. Thank you guys a lot. I appreciate all that support.
Let's get into 20K, y'all. Come on, everybody fucking do your thing, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I've been to a lot of nasty gas stations, and if you put enough toilet paper on the toilet seat, you could still do your damage on a toilet. So don't ever be, scared away by a dirty bathroom, because if there's a toilet there, you could do your damage. And that's the same thing with porta potties. But thank you to everyone who has subscribed, because it's been impressive. Because I thought I started with 11K when I first had the channel back up and running, but Molly I think said it was 6K or maybe even less, 4K. And the fact that it's grown that much in a year is impressive, and it's a lot of kudos to you. But everyone that's subscribed, I'm super grateful for. So it's been super dope to see that.
Yeah, we're gonna we got to get you to 100, dog. We're gonna get you that plaque.
That would be crazy.
We're gonna get you that fucking plaque. It's gonna be dope as fuck.
I'm gonna post some more content. The shorts have been going strong, but the longer form content, I just worked an event at the Natural History Museum, and it was I kind of had to dress up as Night at the Museum. I was in this safari outfit, so I made it a little short. It was dope. I had a good time. So I'll put that out soon, but I got to piece everything together.
Clanker Wang, thanks for the $5. Kyle, don't listen to the person who told you to stop interrupting Crystal. You're the man. You wear the pants. You interrupt her as much as you want. Bro, you guys got me all up in my head thinking that I'm interrupting my damn wife. I feel like I'm not doing that.
No, I think you're fine. Thanks, Clanker Wanker.
Sean O'Brien polled Teamsters on presidential endorsement. 73% voted to back Trump. Dumbasses. Who's a dumbass? We didn't even make a claim. You made a claim. What are you even talking about? Why are we dumbasses? What's dumb is the 73% backing Trump when Democrats were the ones who saved Teamsters pensions. So, if you prefer Trump over your pension, okay, give it up. Give your pension up. Maybe you shouldn't have a pension then, right? Right? I mean, this is the thing that's so annoying is Biden and the Democrats saved the Teamsters pensions and every Republican voted against it but a bunch of idiots supported Trump. And it's like, okay, well then give your pension up. It was like $36 billion worth. Give your pension up. Give your pension up. Because only one side was going to save your pension. The other one wanted you to fucking kick rocks and fuck off. So, yeah, I love all this fucking tough guy Republican shit until their own lives get objectively hurt. And then it's let me cry and whine and bitch and moan and like ask for everybody's sympathy. You get no fucking sympathy from me when we're telling you beforehand who saved your pension and who's against you getting that pension. Trump wants to take that fucking pension away from you. So go fuck yourself. How about that? Hey, y'all. Love your work. Shout out to the Weeping Crangel. Thanks for the $5. Have been following Kyle since Burning 15. Do you all like the Adam Friedland show / Cumtown? Feel like it's up your alley, LOL. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I fuck with Adam Friedland.
You know that show?
What's that?
Well, who's Adam Friedland?
Adam Friedland is the guy. He does like this interview show where he's on like a 1970s style set, and he somehow gets these huge name guests. Cumtown was a podcast with Adam Friedland and Stavros, who's a comedian. They're super left wing. Adam Friedland he's buddies with Hassan, but I've seen him on like a bunch of different shows.
Did he just have Zoran on his thing?
Yes, that guy. That's Adam Friedland. So
was
yeah, I
there
like
a
him.
Kid that he was like interviewing with?
Was there what?
Was there a kid that was in the interview?
I don't know because I didn't watch the Zoran interview.
Oh no, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I've seen his. Yeah, I might check his thing out.
Yeah, that guy's the man. I like him. Officer the President Earth, thanks for the $5. What do you think of Machado and her support for Israel and Trump's actions in Venezuela? Machado is a fucking disgrace. She's a disgrace. She got the Nobel Peace Prize and then immediately was like, I'm dedicating this to Trump. She also begged. Lady? Yeah, she also begged Netanyahu to like do regime change in Venezuela. She's just a warmonger. She's a warmonger who wants to sell out Venezuela to American corporations and let them steal the oil. And she wants to be installed as president without having a popular vote. She's just a total piece of shit. And yeah, it was just the fact that the Nobel Committee gave her the prize further proves that the Nobel Committee is a grotesque, shameless fucking freak show. So yeah, she's terrible. PDX Pleb, thanks for the $10. Hey, Kyle and Corin, longtime viewer of Secular Talk. Glad to be here. When I have the time, I'm hoping to get Kyle here to give commentary on the troubled teen industry. Can we make this happen? I don't know what the troubled teen industry is.
It's just a lot of teens that are troubled, because if that's the case, then that is true as fuck.
Let me look up. What is the troubled teen industry? Let's see. The troubled teen industry is a network of privately operated residential programs in the United States targeting adolescents labeled as troubled due to behavioral issues, mental health challenges, substance abuse, learning disabilities, or rebellion. It includes therapeutic boarding schools, wilderness therapy camps, boot camps, residential treatment centers, behavior modification facilities. These programs often market tough love and structured interventions to parents, courts, or state agencies as alternatives to traditional therapy or juvenile justice. Okay, so I know what you're talking about here. Yeah, I don't know enough about this, so I wouldn't really talk about it unless I learn more about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'd have to read an article that goes into detail about, hey, here's why these things are a problem, or here's why they're good, and sort of get a better picture of them. But I assume the implication here is that you think this troubled teen industry is problematic and like they're doing fucked up things to kids, and are you alleging that it's like a fucking Jeffrey Epstein type shit? Like they're abusing kids? Like, is that the allegation here? But yeah, I mean, obviously that'd be a huge deal if that was the case, but I'm not knowledgeable enough on the issue to really talk about it in detail.
Thank you, man.
John Brown, thanks for the $5. Prediction by 2028, JD and his wife will either be divorced or she will be dead and he will marry Erica Kirk in time for the election. Your thoughts? I would have originally said probably is the case, but now I feel like that would, like, everybody is now expecting that. So I feel like they have to change the plans because they're acting. I mean, it was so obvious. They were acting like that's what was going to happen. It was very clear. And now I feel like everybody has said exactly what you laid out here, myself included. So it feels like if they go through with that, it'll come across as so inauthentic and so expected that people will sort of rebel against it. I don't think JD has the sauce to win a presidential election. So
no, definitely not.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I think that was the goal, but I don't know if they're going to follow through with it now because they're fucking, everybody's onto it. Everybody's onto it. So yes, I would have said yes, but now I feel like it's so clear that was the goal that now maybe not. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Toldo Semis thanks for the $10. Happy Hanukkah, Corin. What's your favorite ever Hanukkah present? And Kyle, same question for Christmas. Also, which South Park character is your favorite? Kyle's Cartman and Trump impression is hilarious. Stop it, you guys.
I think I got a Barry Bonds baseball one time for Hanukkah, and that shit was dope. But also, when I was younger, we got a Super Nintendo that our dad got us. That we saw it in his closet prior to him giving it to us for a Hanukkah present, so it kind of killed the excitement a little bit. But we saw it in his closet, unwrapped, and got dumb excited. And my brother still has that Super Nintendo.
So for me, I would say I was probably like 12 years old. I can give a couple examples. I was like 12 years old. My mom got me a couple Noam Chomsky books. She got me, I asked for Hegemony or Survival. It was like Chomsky on anarchism, Richard Dawkins' The God Delusion. This was my nerd phase. I probably was like 12 years old. So it was like the year 2000. So that's when I was getting into politics and getting into like, atheism and shit like that. So that's a couple of examples of some gifts that I love that I remember feeling like really excited getting these books and being like so into it. When I was younger than that, I was, of course, obsessed with WWF at the time it was called, WWE, obviously. And I loved that wrestler, the Road Dogg, and I loved his colors. And so my mom got me like a shirt with the fucking, the Road Dogg emblem and shit, the one that he wore in the ring.
The Road Dogg emblem.
It's like the colors of my show. It's like all black but with the green dog.
Yep.
And so I got that shit. And she also got me like a signed thing of the Road Dogg too. So that was a big one too. But yeah, those are a couple that just come to mind off the top of my head.
You must have been a big DX fan because they had like the lime green shit too. Like in
love DX. I mean, Road Dogg was in DX. He was part of DX.
He wore the bandana shit. No, I'm thinking of the guy.
No, maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. Road Dogg. Let's go 2000.
I think I'm thinking of the guy who got political that knows you or that you know.
Oh, X-Pac? That's X-Pac.
He wore a bandana shit. That's who I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, Road Dogg, it looks like he did not wear.
No, right? Yeah, I got to look him up after.
Yeah. So anyway, those are the things that come to mind when I think of awesome presents. Those are just the first two. Kyle, if I thought about it more, I'd get... What'd you say?
I said, that's why you're as smart as you are, and I'm as dumb as I am, because your favorite thing was the books, and mine was the Super Nintendo.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I did my fair share of gaming, too. I don't think I got any of the things for Christmas, though. Any of my systems? Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I did.
Did you guys get a lot of gifts for your kids for Christmas? Is that still a thing? Or they're a little older? Yeah.
Yeah, they still got a decent amount of stuff for sure.
They don't believe in Santa Claus anymore, do they?
No, they don't.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, bro, but shout out for the $100. So the Home Alone movies are a must in my family for Christmas, and my mom knows how little I like Trump. I never noticed in all my 25 years he was in the movie too, and it just ruined that movie for me. Yeah. Nah, I hear you on that, bro. But while we're on the topic of awesome Christmas movies, what's that shit? Let me see. I think it's called The Santa Claus is good as fuck.
Yeah.
That everybody go watch The Santa Claus. I agree. Home Alone is a must watch.
You like a Christmas movie or a Christmas story?
Christmas movie, yeah. Oh, no. I don't like that one. No, I don't like that one.
Just shoot your eye out.
Santa Claus and Santa Claus 2, I fuck with. Home Alone and Home Alone. All the Home Alones I like. You good?
Yeah, Molly just came in.
Oh, scared the shit out of you?
Yeah.
And then the other one that got horrible ratings when it came out, but it really is perfect to watch with your kids, Jingle All the Way. With Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's about him trying to get the present for his kid, and it's like out everywhere, and him and Sinbad are like fighting for it.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody who gave that a bad rating. It is the perfect Christmas movie to watch with your kids. They fucking love that shit. Yeah. And you'll enjoy that shit too. It's actually a good movie. So those are my big ones for Christmas.
Turbo Man was the thing that they were like going to get.
Was it Turbo Man?
I think so. Turbo Man was like the toy.
Oh, Turbo Man. I thought you said Turtle Man.
No, not yet. Turtle Man would be a weird ass toy to be like running along. But apparently, Trump wouldn't let them film in his hotel or something like that if he wasn't in the movie. I think he told the
director. That's right. He wanted to force himself into the movie. That's right.
Yep. And the director was like, "Yeah, it's not that bad of an idea."
Facts. Yeah, he bullied his way in. Sorry, I'm responding to a text real quick. Anyway. Jonathan Gasana, thanks again for the $5. Kyle, big fan of the show. Just wondering why we don't hear any politicians talk about UBI. Yeah, I mean, it was Andrew Yang in 2020 or 2016, 2020. I think it was 2020. Andrew Yang in 2020 brought that shit to like the forefront, and then like, you know, he disappeared, ran for mayor, lost that shit too, and like he was the one who forced that into the national conversation. And then there was a little bit of conversation, I guess, around COVID when that happened. But outside of that, there's been nobody carrying the mantle. To be honest, you don't even hear that much anymore about Medicare for all. That was when Bernie was, you know, front and center in the spotlight. To be fair, the polls show Americans love it, right? Like that's happening a lot now where people are like, fuck this healthcare system. We want Medicare for all. But like, yeah, there's not as many people talking about it. So it's literally just a matter of like big, prominent, you know, political names really putting that out there in the conversation. And so there should be, you know, it would be great if somebody ran in 2028 on the Democratic side, similar to how Andrew Yang did, and talked about UBI all the time, because, you know, I think people are ready for some shit like that, especially now with groceries being so expensive and inflation being out of control. We kind of need that shit.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I remember Andrew Yang getting super popular off of like,
yep,
you know,
off that shit.
That.
That's right. Gregory Williams, thanks for the $5. Hey, Corin and Kyle, what's a skill you've always wanted to learn but never had time for? Also, Kyle, have you heard of scent split and fragrantica? I've heard of fragrantica. I've not heard of scent split, but shout out to you because I'm sure scent split is some dope ass shit. So I'm about to type that bitch in right now.
Colognes also?
No, they're websites.
Oh, where you can buy?
Hold on. Scent split didn't come up. Scent split. Did I spell it wrong? Here we go. Okay, yeah, so fragrantica is what it sounds like. It's almost like an encyclopedia about fragrances. So, like, it has all the fragrances, the notes that are in there, what it smells like, people's reviews and shit. I'm on fragrantica all the time. Scent Split I've never been on, but I just typed in, and I'll probably look at it when we get out of here. Largest collection of niche fragrances. That's the thing I wanted to say, though, is, like, I'm not that into niche yet. I'm into designer, not niche. So maybe with time I'll get into niche, but right now I'm more, like, mainstream fucking designer because I like smells that are appealing. I don't like things that are like on the edges yet, but no. So that's my answer to that one. What was the first part again? Oh, a skill I wanted to learn but never had time to do. I'd say learning more languages. You know, I was gonna say shit. Yeah, I would like to know like 3 or 4 languages. I feel like that'd be really cool. You know.
Same. Yeah, I'm aligned with that one. I like can say some Spanish sentences and words, but like obviously it's totally different than being fluent. But yeah, well, languages would be dope.
Hey, Kyle, this is the same guy who said, I've been watching since I was 12. Just wanted to say your audio version show on Spotify is a part of my main schedule. Thank you for keeping me sane in all this. Well, thank you, Canna Buddy. Appreciate you very much, man. Thanks for the $10 as well. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Canna Buddy.
Phil Heth, thanks for the $5. Kyle, the evidence points to wild conclusions vis-a-vis Kirk. Was he really whacked by Israel? I rely on you for news. Do some journo shit, bro. No, there's no way anybody can conclude that. What you can conclude, which I think is fair to say, is that what Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, like their official line of events, I don't think they're right at all. And I'm not even sure they're going to be able to get a conviction on Tyler Robinson because like there's just too many holes in the story. Like the shit just doesn't add up. Any good defense attorney can rip them to shreds with all the holes in the story. I mean, they said he brought a rifle up, assembled the rifle, shot and killed him, disassembled it, jumped down from the building, then reassembled the rifle and left it in the woods. It's like, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. Like, there's so many things about it that make no sense. 30-06 rounds. They say, if it was a 30-06 round, Charlie Kirk his head would have been blown off, right? Like, it doesn't add up. Like,
it's like Dairy Queen something, or like he was at a Dairy Queen.
He was at, the Dairy Queen. Yeah, there's some weird shit there as well. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of shit that doesn't add up. So, like, that's where I'm at right now is I don't trust Dan Bongino. I don't trust Kash Patel. I think the FBI is a fucking sick joke. But having said that, I see a lot of people on the conspiracy side jumping to wild conclusions. You know, I've seen people say, oh, there was a trapdoor underneath him and he fucking, like, he survived and went to an island or some shit. I've seen people just make all kinds of arguments that there's no, like, you can't conclude that shit yet. You know, that, oh, there was an exploding microphone killed him. It wasn't a bullet. The microphone exploded or some shit and got, like, there's all sorts of theories out there. And, you know, people, you can go way down that rabbit hole where you end up, like, just being totally unsure because there's, like, 17 different explanations, all of them more wacky than the next. And so I don't know who did it, but I just know I don't trust Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. And I don't think we're ever going to get, I think this is going to end up a lot like the JFK thing where we're never going to know exactly what happened.
Interesting.
Wes Nelson, thanks for the $10. Guilty pleasure Christmas movie minus Jingle All the Way. Told you, even though the kid is dumb because he didn't see that Turbo Man was his dad at the parade. You can't see through that helmet in the thick Austrian accent. Yeah, that part was always hilarious. Where it's like, how do you not know this? I mean, you got to suspend your disbelief for the movie. But no, I agree with you. We just talked about this. Jingle All the Way is low key goated for the Christmas movies. The Santa Claus as well. Elf, of course, but Elf I feel like everybody watches.
Yeah. Which Santa Claus is it with Martin Short where he he freezes? Is that Santa Claus 2?
I don't know. I don't know.
2, but like he like freezes everybody with his powers.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was a good one too.
Yeah.
A lot of good holiday movies.
I feel like there's not that many. The ones I listed are the only ones I would like be cool with watching over, you know?
There was one, I don't know if it was like Tyler Perry. It was like Home for the Holidays or something like that. That was like a solid one. There's probably some more that we're not thinking of that are but yeah, no, to your point, there's not that many. And yeah, I can't think of too many more.
There's a lot that people like watching, but I don't like a lot of the ones that other people like, you know?
Yeah. This Christmas might be the one that I was thinking of.
Shout out to Worgenman. Thanks for the $20. Very kind of you. Regarding Hinduism, basically, the more you do your life mission / calling, known as Dharma, you gain insight into the truth of life until your understanding becomes extremely vast, makes you feel connected to all. Kobe Bryant like. Well, that's pretty cool. I would say that, the concerning thing, though, is that the caste system is kind of crazy to me. Now, maybe that has nothing to do with Hinduism, and it just has to do with the country of India versus the religion of Hinduism, but that's the only thing that's concerning to me about that. But what you described here is lovely, so that is good to know.
Yeah, I wonder how close Hinduism is to Buddhism. Are they like brothers and sisters?
I don't think they're that close, to be honest. No,
really?
I don't think they're. No, I think they're quite different.
I feel like that's a basic concept of Buddhism, and if George is still listening, they're like getting the truth to life and understanding becomes like you become connected more with like society and shit.
Buddhism is about almost like disconnecting from passions, like having no passions, like sort of being like the opposite of a hedonist in a way, not giving in to your appetites, but like sort of being above them. Sort of idea. Okay. That's what Buddhism is about.
Well, thanks, Warjin.
Juan Pimentel, thanks for the $5. Hey boys, huge fan, Kyle. There's a book that I want to recommend to anybody out there that wants to start a business. It's Unscripted by MJ DeMarco. Well, there you go, y'all. If you're interested in starting a business,
I feel like there's a lot of people that are interested in starting business now. Also, you could watch Shark Tank.
Jason Weeks, thanks for the $10. Colorado Senator Hickenlooper is being primaried by progressive Julie Gonzalez. Please give her some coverage so my state can get rid of this prick. Well, I cannot promise that because I have seen no particular stories with Julie Gonzalez in there, but if she's to the left of this guy, she definitely has my support.
Is Hickenlooper good?
I mean, he's a standard Democrat, I would say. I think he ran for president, got like 7 votes.
Yeah, that's why it sounds like familiar. I feel like
he ran for president.
For him?
I don't know if I called him the breakfast cereal, but his last name Hickenlooper. I would, I had my people make memes of like his face on a cereal box.
That's why
Hickenloopers.
That's why it rings a bell for me. Thanks, Jason Weeks. Are you looking up that lady?
No, I'm just writing her name down. Was the most offense part of January 6th, the fact, I think it's supposed to say offensive part of January 6th, the fact that they constructed a gallows but couldn't be bothered with a ramp. Surely differently abled, non-binary, neurodivergent POCs also would have liked to get Mike Pence. Well, thank you, T-Lane, for the $10. We appreciate you.
That still looks like a totally different language to me.
Worgenman, thanks for the $10. Highly recommend reading the Bhagavad Gita. If you thought that was cool, I am Muslim and reading a lot of points were similar to the Quran, but Quran is maybe least translated well of the holy books. Well, there you go. So you got a Muslim who's getting interested in Hinduism in the chat. Shout out to Worgenman. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Worgenman. Oh, that was
Carla, Gen X Carla, thanks for the $5. Love you, Kyle. Hope the fur babies are good. Sending cold Canadian love. Stay safe, everyone. Crystal is the goat. I agree. I married the goat. And you as well. Stay safe out there. We appreciate you. And stay warm up there in Canada. We know it's like negative 50 trillion degrees. Is
it a lot colder up there than it is here?
I think so. I mean, it was 5 degrees here in Virginia with the wind chill the other day. It was like negative 20, negative 30 in places, in the Midwest, upper Midwest. Goodness. So, yeah, it's rough out there. Our fur babies are good, too, by the way. We had a little scare with Salem the other day. He threw up a bunch of times, but he went to the vet. They gave him some medicine for that, and he's been fine ever since, so everything's good.
You think he ate something?
Well, that's the thing. We're always worried about it with him because he had 2 fucking surgeries where he like swallowed some like metal shit he shouldn't have fucking swallowed.
Yeah.
And he needed surgeries. So every time he goes through some throwing up shit, we feel like, oh God, he might need another fucking surgery. But they took him in, they did the scan, and they found nothing.
Oh, good.
And so, yeah, and so it's fine. He just had like a little stomach issue or whatever, but he's better now. So
Thanks, Carla.
yeah. Jack Thomas, thanks for the $5. Kyle, on January 20th, 2029, when a Democrat takes office and the promised fascist dictatorship doesn't happen, do you have any content plans post-Trump? I mean, no, I'm gonna do what I did before Trump, right? Like I've been doing this since 2012, bro. Like this is not my first rodeo. The fact that I'm covering this fucking disgusting fascist is just because the disgusting fascist is running the country and in our face all the time. The second I have the ability to not talk about this motherfucker, oh, I will be more than happy to not talk about this motherfucker. And there's always political news to discuss. Always. Mm-hmm. Will it be a little more boring? Yes, but I'd rather have it be a little more boring and get fewer views while the country is fucking not as disgusting. That's what I would say. So yeah, no, my plans are just cover everything, honestly. That's all. Yam, thanks for the $5. Nice name, by the way. I hate the Axe body spray style scents. They smell like toxic chemical spills. I do kind of fuck with a good musk or sandalwood scent, though. Yeah, and you know what? I would say most male scents have musk in there, you know? And there's always wood in, you know, all the scents, the male scents too. So they even when they do like a fruity one, they like to, you know, balance that out with some sandalwood or cedar wood or fucking musk or whatever. Usually you have like, if you have a fruity scent and it's like unisex and men wear it, it's like fruit. And then immediately behind that, it's like woody or fucking musky to like balance it out, you know?
Yeah. The Axe body sprays have started to like give me a headache. It's like, cause people are usually mixing it also with some bad BO. So those two combos together, like just kind of fucking give me a headache.
Yeah, that sounds bad. Not gonna lie, bro. That sounds bad. Who knew that Civil War Tim Pool was warning us all along was his own with Candace Owens? Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of ironic. He talks about civil wars all the time, and now you're in a right-wing civil war, bro. And by the way, you are losing that civil war to Candace Owens.
Oh, Tim Pool.
So enjoy beefing. That. Oh yeah, everybody on the right hates each other and they're beefing like crazy. Have you seen any of this? I mean, it's crazy. They're all fucking ripping each other to shreds. It's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to see.
Topic they're fighting over, or just everything?
Well, it started out over Israel, where you had Tucker and Candace Owens and Tim Pool. Tucker, Candace Owens, and Nick Fuentes. They were all more like anti-Israel. Then you had like Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro, and some others were more pro-Israel. That's how it started. But then it branched out, and it became they're fighting over everything. They're fighting over Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk after he died, and like, you know, who believes that she's like fucking profiting off this shit versus who's like, how dare you talk about the widow this way? And now it's about Trump. It's about everything. It's about everybody. So they're just going to town on each other now. And with Tim Pool, somebody shot at his like house, and he sort of blamed Candace, but like, you know, they can't actually verify that this actually happened. And so a lot of the pro-Candace people are saying, you fucking made that shit up, Tim. And you say somebody shoots at your house like every other year. So like, who the fuck are you kidding? And so that's where they're at right now. Tim was like yelling at Candace, calling her a cunt and shit. It got ugly, but they're just getting started. They're not, I mean, this thing is only going to get worse because Trump is collapsing. MAGA is collapsing. And then all that's going to lead to is more infighting among the right.
You see the game, like titled one of his albums or songs after Candace Owens or something?
I did. I don't know what it is about Candace Owens. There's something in like the male rappers just can't help themselves. They fucking like love her for some reason.
Yeah.
You know, Kanye West, same shit. Fucking, I heard Dave Chappelle described Candace Owens as the dumbest smart person, or the smartest dumb person. I think it's the smartest dumb person I've ever seen. Meaning like she sounds smart and she acts confident, but she's actually a fucking idiot. And I think Dave was right about that.
Yep.
Globe 99, thanks for the $5, Kyle. Love the lighting. Corin, you need a background. Love you guys. Y'all are two goats. Well, thank you, Globe 99.
It is a nice cover behind you. I used to
have something behind you. Yeah, you should put that shit back up.
I know. Yeah, I will. Yeah, when I moved into my house, I was like, I told Mom, I was like, should I put I used to have it behind me when I worked too, and like people thought it was cheesy, but I liked it. And Molly was like, I don't think she said anything against it, but yeah, maybe I'll put a backdrop back up.
Yeah, just put something up, you know? That's all it is.
Yeah.
Far Twain, thanks for the $5. I'm sorry, but Andrew Schultz being cast in the new Street Fighter movie got me hoping it flops. Casting this loser should ruin any film's box office. I did not know he's in the fucking... What are you talking about?
I didn't see that there was a new Street Fighter movie either. And who does he play in the movie?
Well, I saw that 50 Cent was Balrog.
Wait, 50 Cent's in the movie too?
Yeah, and he's Balrog, the fucking boxer. Remember the black boxer, Balrog?
Oh, I do. So who's like Ken and Raul? Who plays Ken?
One of them is fucking. One of
Bradley
them is
Cooper?
WWE guy. I'm
Oh, really?
forgetting who. Yeah, Street Fighter cast comedian Andrew Schultz is Dan. This is due to Dan's backstory as a rat who made a wish to be a twat. What? I don't know. I don't know which character he's playing, but anyway.
I feel like Owen
Yeah, I don't
Wilson would
know.
have been a good Ken.
What?
Owen Wilson would have been a good Ken.
Oh, nah, he's not. He's not a fighter. He's like a lover. You
No, I
can't
know.
cast him as a fighter. That's crazy. But Andrew Schultz, he keeps annoying the shit out of me. He was in some like New York Times podcast the other day, and it's like, what are you doing in the fucking New York Times? You know,
Well,
like you're a
they
comedian,
think
bro.
they're
Like
picking the right, like they think they're like when Theo Vaughn is going on mainstream shit. It's like they think these are the guys.
I know
that
they think they're
everyone
hot
likes.
shit.
Exactly.
They think they're hot shit, and it's like, shut the fuck up. No, you're not. You know.
Yep.
Into Knitter, thanks for the $5. Hey lads, how deep do you reckon Chomsky Epstein was? I was heartbroken. It ain't good, dog. It ain't good. I don't know.
Chomsky was with Epstein.
Yeah, they were friends, bro. They were friends. Disturbing shit, man. Disturbing ass shit. So yeah, I don't know. But my guess is, based off what I've seen, I'm already pounding the gavel. It was not good, bro. It was not good. It was not good. The fact that they were that close, Chomsky defended him publicly a few times too. He like wrote a letter of recommendation for him. So yeah, not good. I'm not okay with that. So Chomsky, unfortunately, sir, we're done with you.
Oh, here's Nate.
There's our boy. Good day from Australia, boys. No questions today. Just letting you know we are mourning as a nation after the Bondi attacks. We need the love right now. Watching you boys has been a healthy distraction. Well, thank you, Nathan. We're with you. We saw what happened. It was absolutely horrifying. And we know that these things don't happen very often in Australia because you guys have much better laws and a much more sane society. And so I'm sure it's super heavy over there right now and everybody's going through it. And hopefully you come out the other side better off. But it's really, really disgusting, really terrible what this world's come to, that shit like that is happening. But we feel for you, brother. We feel for you.
Exactly.
Paul Jensen, thanks for the $5. What are your thoughts on the Sharon Moore situation that went down last week? Pretty crazy how much everything escalated after he got caught.
Did you hear about this? Michigan's football coach basically was like stalking or like a woman he was allegedly with, a mistress, and then after I don't know if she like blackmailed him or something, but he went to her house and broke in and like pulled out a knife and was like, the blood is on your hand. I'm going to like end this right now. And he was arrested, but he was like Michigan's head football coach who's, it's a whole crazy situation. Yeah.
That dude is crazy as hell, man. What the fuck?
Yeah. So like, he's in prison right now. He might be out on bail, but hey, after he got caught, it went down even more because he started going after the girl and saying like, apparently like, yeah, he was going after her and saying, it's all her fault, this and that, ruined my life.
Lock her up. Lock him up, bro. That guy's unhinged,
Crazy.
Greg Wright, thanks for the $5. Kyle, have you tried Creed Aventus cologne? If not, I highly recommend it. Kind of pricey, but you can get 1.5 milliliter testers for like $12. So Greg, I tried, I want to say there's a clone version of it. What is it? I think it's Club Inuit Intense Man, I want to say it was. And I will say that on first sniff, I didn't like it, but I think that's because the opening is very harsh. It's very sharp. It's almost like a harsh lemony open or something like that. I know the Creed Aventus is like pineapple and like smokiness. But I tried one of the knockoffs and I don't think I enjoyed the knockoffs, but it's a lucky day for you because I'm open to, I know that if you spend more time with the fragrance, you could have, I actually do like this one. You know what I'm saying? So like, ones I plan on trying again, Creed Aventus, it's one of the GOAT niche ones that people love. It's like one of the top sellers of the niche ones. The other one that I didn't like on first smell, which I'm going to revisit, is Prada Luna Rosa Black, which is supposed to be powdery and ambery. And on my first smell, when I was like, ooh, like I sort of recoiled. But that's part of the problem is you almost got to like air it out a little bit, give it a second, then sniff it. I probably just sprayed and went right for it. But yeah, I'm gonna recheck those. But as of right now, it is not one of my top ones, Greg. But I will try it again.
Appreciate you, Greg.
Dodo Fabregas, thanks for the 50, whatever that is. We appreciate you. First time catching KNC live, 4 a.m. here. Been a fan since 2015. Got me into U.S. politics. Thanks for keeping it real. And much love, guys, from Egypt. Shout out to Egypt. We love you, man. That's awesome stuff. Loving that. You're up late, brother. You're up late. Hopefully you don't have work or school or anything tomorrow, but we love that you're here with us, and thank you again. We appreciate it.
Thanks, bro.
It's very cool. Jorgensen, thanks for the $5. I got stuck in northern Nebraska when it was negative 56 with a wind chill. Bro, that is so crazy. That is like, that's not even survivable. You can't even like walk to your fucking car when it's that cold, you know?
I think I've said this before. I was in Illinois when it was like negative 30 something.
I kind of remember that. I remember that. You actually showed me you were recording yourself going somewhere.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing was it was sunny outside, so it looked like it was nice. Yep. But you were like, this shit is fucking brick as fuck, bro.
In Chicago this weekend, they had a dude went viral because he opened up his soda at a Bears game, and the shit froze instantaneously.
Oh my god! Yeah. Oh my god! Did you have all of your car tires immediately go low pressure? Because mine, it's been cold enough where my shits were like that.
Gonzo. Yep.
Yeah, terrible.
Yep. They all suck. Thanks, Jorgen.
Zach Langdon, thanks for the $5. Hi from Australia. Thank you, Kyle, for covering the tragedy of Bondi. Do you think that Tim Wall's 2028 chances are diminished by association with 2024? I mean, yes, kind of, but it's nothing he can't actually overcome if he wanted to. Like, that's the thing. But it's all about, like, you just got to, like, fucking plow through, right? And I feel like anybody who feels shame struggles to plow through, but I would coach him to, like, no, just don't fucking feel any shame and just go to town and be yourself and, like, fucking go to town on these motherfuckers. And so, like, I think he could push through it, but as of right now, the answer is yes. But he could change that if he really wanted to. Now they're saying Kamala is going to run again in 2028. I see a lot of reporting on that. So obviously she got over it, so he should be able to get over it too. But we'll see. I don't know if he's going to run, but it's like 50-50 for him, I'd say.
This is interesting from Cap. You think he'd do this?
Cap, thanks for the $5. Imagine Trump pardons Nick Reiner. I wouldn't put it past him since he loves criminals, bro. That would be so fucking diabolical, bro. Holy shit. I would not put that by him either. I would not put that by him.
Sadly, yeah.
Lizzie, shout out to Lizzie. Thanks for the $5. Why your cosplay as Trump on today's live show, Kyle? Did you hear pro-Israel Arsen Ostrovsky, who sent Greta a death threat, was attacked in Bondi Beach, Karma? Holy shit. I did not know that. That is absolutely insane. And I guess everybody thought I looked like Trump today just because I had on my makeup, I guess. I'm not sure. Or is it the hair? That the hair is freshly bleached? Is that the idea?
Could be. I didn't see.
Yeah. Well, anyway, shout out. Sweet Jay, thanks for the $10. After this weekend, I really needed to watch you guys. Well, we appreciate you. We're glad you're here. Yeah, it was a weekend of death. It was not good. The Brown shooting, Rob Reiner getting killed, the terror attack in Australia. There's just a lot of shitty stuff happening, man. A lot of death. A lot of death.
Thanks, Sweet Jade.
Gert, thanks for the $5. Hey, Corin, did you ever get any of your Pokemon cards graded? Just started collecting again, and holy fuck, it's gotten expensive.
That's a great point. So I looked at it actually this weekend of like actually going through the process and getting some of my cards graded. And I saw that it could take up to 20 weeks to get your cards graded. Plus, it's like $100+ to even grade them. So like, it's just discouraging. So I don't know. I haven't gotten any of them graded yet. I'm going to maybe look up a card show to bring them to. But also there's like card stores now that can maybe send them out for you. But also you got to trust that they don't like steal your card and give you a phony one back or something. But the process is too expensive and extensive to do. So it's really not, encouraging or sound like a fun process to get any cards graded. I haven't gotten any done yet. But I did look up my cards and they're going for like $1,500 plus, a lot of them. So if I did grade them, it'd be beneficial and lucrative, but I haven't done it yet just because the process seems so fucking hard to do. They like grading your cards like adds value to them so much, but the process to do it is just impossible.
20 months is a long time. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Or 20 weeks.
20 weeks. Oh, 20 weeks. Okay. That's still kind of crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah. So someone said it's like, no, I'm going to butcher what he said. It's like having a birthday and then blowing out your candles 20 weeks later or some shit like that. I don't know, like opening your presents 20 weeks later. Yeah, that was it.
Corin, what's your favorite memory or time period with Kyle? Vice versa, Kyle, for you about Corin? That's a great question.
I would say just our like high school era of like playing cards and just chilling in the basement, stuff like that. Like we had a period where we went like, well, playing cards was like after school. We'd play pretty much like every day. But then there was a period where we played pickup basketball at this park, Roosevelt. And either I would drive or Kyle would drive, but we would play basketball for mad long. I think it was like in the summer. We would get
Yep.
insanely sweaty and just fucking tired as hell. We'd stop at the CVS that was right by the park, get like 2 Gatorades, drown those shits, and then go back to Kyle's basement and just chill. That was like the highlight of like our kind of like friendship together for me.
I mean, those were the days, right? I'm huge on nostalgia. I'm a big nostalgic person. And yeah, looking back, man, those like carefree summer days where, like you said, we'd play basketball, go chill in the basement, maybe go play cards at night or some shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that shit was fucking, no, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was like,
we were playing a lot too. And like, we never knew who'd be at the park, but we'd go like kind of, I feel like around the same time every day. And there would always be some kids there, like randomly new kids. And we would just play. Like it was 2-on-2, 3-on-3, and just play for like hours.
Do you remember when Bobby got kicked out of his house and he was living in my basement?
Yeah.
And then like you would come chill and he would be there, and like he lived there for like 3 weeks. It was kind of crazy.
So we had this friend Bobby, and I don't know if anybody has friends like this, but like the same shit happened at your wedding. Me and Molly had a hotel room, and like I feel like after the fact we started talking about it more, but this kid had just drove in and ended up on our like little futon in our room and was like sleeping. And Molly at some point was like I was like, yeah, he could. I was like, Bobby, yeah, you could just sleep for a couple hours. It's all good, dude. And like he had just done it for a while, and like looked like he was packing up shop to stay there all night. And at one point, I was like, I think we need to ask him to like get out of the room now. So I was like, yo, do you mind? And he was like, oh yeah, my bad. Like, and left like right when we asked, but he would have chilled there for a hot minute. And I feel like that was a similar situation to you, and you let him stay at your ship for a minute.
Oh, well, I was like, it's like I never had a brother growing up, but it was almost like having a brother that was living with me, that you're like cool with. I remember my mom coming up to me after like 2 or 3 weeks and being like, yeah, so
it's time for him to go.
Like, what's going on with him? Like, I was like, oh, I don't know. I think his parents like kicked him out or something like that. He was like,
it's like mad.
She's like, he's got to go home at some point, right? Like, he's got at some point he's got to go back. You know that, right?
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, I guess so. And then eventually, I think he ended up going back, but he was there for like 2 or 3 weeks, and it was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, respect to you for letting him just post up.
Of course, man. Sergeant Pepper, thanks for the $5. Chris Van Hollen can run for president. He was born U.S. citizens, making him natural-born citizen. John McCain from was born in Panama. That's right. Ted Cruz, Canada, ran. Yeah, that's right. No, I knew. I thought the comment from last week that person said was incorrect. So yeah, there you go. And I looked it up since, and you're right. I found the same thing. He was born in Pakistan, but he's still American. Oh, what Trump said about Rob Reiner is plain evil. You learn in elementary school that if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all.
Very true.
Shout out John Brown. Appreciate you.
He's just so fucked up to like.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Really
he's
like that.
Total piece of shit. Yeah.
Right.
I'm tired of people calling Nick a Fed when saying and doing the same thing for a decade. Would you accept Nick if he goes left? I mean, the honest answer is if I believe them, I'd accept almost anybody if they move left, Like if they actually reform and they prove it through their actions, then yeah, of course. And for the record, I don't think he's a Fed. I think he means what he says. But I also don't think I don't think Tucker's a Fed. I don't think Candace is a Fed. I don't think any of them are Feds really. I think they all believe what they say. But yeah, anyway, there you go. Shout out to you, Iraq Show. Appreciate you. Michael Wells, thanks for the $10. Corin got a garbage plate in my SETI, which was wild to see on my feed. And Kyle, I've been watching since 2016 when I was a high school senior. PIG pig class was wild. P.S. You and Vosh should talk about Crockett. I saw he's like anti-Crockett. I didn't watch his video if I'm being honest with you, but I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like she's gonna win. I just think she's gonna win. I do. I just think she's gonna win. Is she like a relatively standard Democrat? Yes, but I think she's gonna win. But I don't know. To treat her as like more evil than any of the other Democrats is kind of weird to me. Because she's just the same as them, but also really a talented communicator and like the Democrats Trump. So,
and shout out to the garbage place. I don't know which place. It was either Nick Tahoe's or the other one I went to, Mac Phillies, which I didn't really like too much.
Raw Racer, thanks for the $10. Kyler, Alex Jones sometimes fools me spot on. Have you read into Pudding Fingers trying to nix all property tax in Florida? No, I have not. Corin, I never heard you guys talk hockey. Do y'all follow, and who's your team? It's funny you mentioned that. I actually have hockey on right now in the background.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm on some channel that's on my Fubo thing that like just recaps all the games of the day, I think.
Mhm.
And it looks like the Rangers lost
Yeah, I'm a
4-1.
Rangers guy.
I'm a Rangers guy myself. Yeah, I was at a playoff game when they won in '94 Stanley Cup.
That's a good year.
That's kind of cool.
Yep.
You know, my dad used to take me all the time as a kid. I've been to Rangers games, Islanders games, Devils games, but I'm a
Yep.
Rangers fan first and foremost. The Garden is amazing when, you know, NHL games are being played. And I don't follow it that much, but every now and then I'll do what I do now. I'll just turn on that channel that shows all the highlights from around the league. I was amazed that there's like 3 or 4 new teams that are new to me, relatively speaking, because I didn't follow it. I was like, oh shit, I never seen these people before. And I looked it up and I was like,
Yeah,
oh damn.
Utah has like a team. It's called like the hockey team or something like that. They have a big mammoth as their mascot.
Yeah, it's Utah Mammoth. That's the name. It's the Utah
they're
Mammoth.
the Mammoths. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the Rangers. I like them when they're in the playoffs. I was randomly a big fan of I liked Eric Lindros, and then I think he came to the Rangers, and I was like a fan of his. But I love like an Eric Lindros Flyers jersey for whatever. That shit is iconic.
You know, I've always been a goalie. I've been a goalie at soccer, a goalie at hockey.
Yeah.
And so I'm big on the goalie guys. I remember back in the day,
Brodeur.
Martin Brodeur for the Devils, Mike Richter for the Rangers, and then there was the other guy. What's his name? Fuck, I'm blanking on the guy.
What?
Lundqvist.
Oh, Lundqvist,
The goalie for the Rangers after Richter. So yeah. Anyway,
but going back to speaking things, there was Patrick Waugh was his name, but his last name was spelled R-O-Y.
R-O-Y. Yeah, I remember that. It's from some French shit, I guess.
Yeah.
Shout out Robe Life Music. Thanks for the $5. What did the 5 finger say to the Groiper's face? Slap. Yes, indeed. That was quite a vicious slap from the Stumpy Man earlier. Everybody go watch that video if you haven't yet. The Daniel, thanks for the $5. Kyle, it's great you throw AOC and Bernie under the bus, often for not being pro-Palestine enough, but then Glaze Jasmine Crockett, who is 100 times worse. That. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But thanks for the $5.
Thanks, Daniel.
Try to actually listen to what I say instead of hearing what you want to hear. Preg, thanks for the $10. Things looking good for Abrego Garcia, but what happened to Andre, the gay kid, and the rest? They get forgotten. They got no love from other reps. Any chance they get brought back when Dems take over? So, it's a good question. They're all now out of CCOT. So I don't know where a bunch of them ended up. Were they deported to somewhere? I'm not sure. But Kilmar in particular, he's been in a prolonged legal battle where like they tried to deport him to a number of different places, but the courts kept intervening to say, fucking stop it. Now they have like some restraining order on the government from deporting Kilmar because they know they're like abusing him, right? So, but I agree with you that you're right that there's a bunch of other, like the 288 people who were sent to CCOT, only Kilmar really gets talked about just because of the circumstances, how everybody knew he was innocent when he got sent there. I think that's why. But yeah, everybody else was innocent too, and we just didn't know about it until a little bit later. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. People should talk about Andres, the gay Venezuelan makeup artist and stuff, because yeah, those people got a raw deal. Also, I feel horrible for them.
Facts.
Mohi, thanks for the $20. My friend agrees. No wars. Israel is bad, and AI regulations. We clash on econ policy. I want a U.S. version of Nordic model. He says it failed due to immigration, cultural differences, and lack of government trust. Kyle, rebuke. I mean, it's not true, right? Like even in the Scandinavian, they make it seem like, oh, the Scandinavian countries are all white. No, they have some diversity there, and the countries still function. You still have, universal healthcare and free college and high union rates and all that stuff. So like, honestly, you can only make that argument. That argument is just the definition of racist, right? Like, oh, a multicultural or like multi-ethnic or multi-religious society can't work because I'm asserting it can't work. Well, they're like telling on themselves when they say that. They say, I have a problem with like black people and brown people and people of different religions getting government benefits, the same ones that I get. It's a self-report, right? Like for anybody who's not racist, what do you mean? I get the healthcare and they get the healthcare. What's the problem? Our taxes pay for it. So it's a very big self-report, but those countries already have some degree of diversity. What's the magic number of diversity that makes it unable to work? Is it 20% of the population, 25% of the population? At what point does it become unworkable? Like, ask them, that's the way to follow up, is say, okay, well, what's the line where diversity, like over 12% is when there's a problem? They don't know because it's fucking made up. They made up the point. So yeah, I mean, I support multiculturalism and having a multi-ethnic, multi-religious society. Because look, New York, for example, New York is thriving. New York City is like one of the best cities in the world, and it is all sorts of different people. That's the whole point of it, right? So like, in fact, it's a prerequisite to thrive to have like a big diverse environment, in my opinion.
Thanks, Mohit.
Kivu Lalo, thanks for the $10. Are you against AI because of the technology itself, or because the U.S. government has no interest in regulating it, and because evil billionaires control it? As a software developer, I find it useful. It's a good question. I mean, in this moment, I do feel like a bit of a Luddite. To this point, I wasn't a Luddite because I could see like practical reasons for the technology we were creating. But now with AI comes the first instance of like, oh, wait a second. Even under the best case scenario, this ruins everything, right? Like the billionaires are saying, we want to take everybody's job. They're saying that at the same time that the social safety net is being cut. So it doesn't take a genius to do that math. If there's no social safety net and AI is going to take your job, what are people going to do? What are they going to do? Like, people are literally going to be replaced with robots that the billionaire class would like to use because the robot is not going to complain and say, I need healthcare, right? So that's why I'm a bit of a Luddite now, is like, even in the best conception of what's going to happen from here on out, regular people get fucked over. When the internet was created, that was not the case. It wasn't like, oh, the internet is going to like ruin people's lives. No, it was like, this is actually going to make your life better and easier. And I could see that. Now, all I see when it comes to AI is everybody's job is going to get taken away, you know? So like, that's why I'm like a bit of a Luddite. I don't think the technology is going to be good in the long run. I think it's going to be horrible in the long run. Yeah. I wish we could freeze development at a certain point and just leave it at that. I mean, me and Corin have had this discussion about like smartphones. I'm not so sure the smartphone was a good idea. I think if you froze development right before the smartphone, we'd probably be better off as a society, you know?
Good ass point. Yeah.
Handle, thanks for the $10. AI hallucinations are a feature, not a bug. Each model is a snapshot in time. You have to give it permission to be wrong, as well as feed it info/news. It's why they'll fall. It's why they'll fail, I think I was supposed to say, to replace us all. Well, that's the thing, right? So if you're right, and I hope you are right, even then we're still fucked, because there's this big AI bubble that's going to burst, and then people are still going to lose their jobs because of that. Mm-hmm. So if they're right, we all lose our jobs because the AI will take our jobs. If they're wrong, the AI bubble bursts and we all lose our jobs, right? But I agree that I hope you're right, because it still is the best case scenario, because at least then we will eventually get our jobs back, right? So I hope you're right. Justin, thanks for the $5. Kyle, I've been watching you since 2018. You were my left awakening. Also got me into Polar Seltzer. Thank you for being everything you do. Thank you for everything you do. God bless. Thank you, Justin. We appreciate you. And yes, Polar is the GOAT. It really is the GOAT. It is the best seltzer, in my opinion. Tracy, thanks for the $20. The left can't afford to let the fascists have exclusive control and use of AI. We are not Luddites. AI is a tool, but I just said I kind of am a Luddite. The left needs to learn how AI works, and more importantly, make AI work for us in this class struggle. I mean, I see where you're coming from, Tracy. And look, the fact of the matter is, I'm not going to win this battle. I'm not going to win the battle in the sense that we're not going to go back to a world where there's no AI. It's not happening. So AI is here. It's not going anywhere. So given that that's the case, you're correct in that we do have to find a way to regulate it and make it work for society. So, like, ultimately, you're going to win this battle. Just in my heart of hearts, I do feel like a bit of a Luddite now, where I don't see, like, there's just too many downsides to this technology, where I feel like we would be better off. I could press a button and get rid of it. We would be better off. That's where I'm at. But I hope you're right, and I hope we do regulate it, because it ain't going anywhere, unfortunately, despite my best wishes. John Brown, thanks for the $10. Hey, Kyle, there is a video of an experienced architect breaking down the ballroom, and he theorizes that they're building an underground data center like Israel has. You should check that out. Oh, well, that is a juicy-ass conspiracy theory. That is wild. I will look into that one.
I also saw a video of a guy on Instagram. There was a concert where the people on the second deck were like bouncing, and it was shaking the deck. And the guy sitting on his couch, and he was like, I'm an experienced architect, and I built, decks like these. So the bouncing's actually fine because of the caliber. And then in the middle of it, he's like, I'm not a fucking architect. I don't know anything about this shit. And the fact that you guys are listening to me is like, be careful watching those videos on who's an experienced architect. But I mean, if he is actually breaking down shit, it could be true.
That's funny. Nico Makian, thanks for the $20. Very kind of you. Kai, I love you. Do you think there's still a mechanism in place to defend against this evil? And if so, what is it? Seems like the courts and enforcement have been co-opted into the fascist machine. So the good news is the courts are not fully co-opted. There still are instances of the court standing up. And actually, the lower courts are really doing a phenomenal job at standing up. And it's really the Supreme Court that's the problem. So, I mean, the mechanism to stop it is like you have to expand the Supreme Court, for one, and make it like a lefty institution. That's point number one. Point number two is organizing power, union power, protest power. Like the people need to sort of reassert dominance and make the politicians afraid of us, if I'm being honest. That's what it was. Michael Moore who said, in France, the politicians are afraid of the people, and that's why the people get their way. In the US, the people are afraid of the politicians, right? That's the difference. And so we got to reassert that power balance, that power dynamic, and fix it that way. But yeah, certainly extending the Supreme Court and making the Supreme Court, a liberal and left-wing institution, that's what has to be done. Because, or else we'll have a Democratic president and get a lot of base things through, but then the Supreme Court will just slap it down because they're judicial supremacists and extremists. So that's probably the most important thing. Shout out, man. Thanks for the $20. Right. Lucas Magnus, thanks for the $5. Plattner haters saying arrest all Iraq vets are insane. Isn't it different for your average enlisted versus the leaders who led us into the illegal war? Yeah. I mean, I totally agree with you. I mean, I understand that there could be some crimes among the rank and file that are so egregious where they need to be punished. But I mean, there were people in Iraq who were like cooks and surgeons and were maybe, in the field, but never killed anybody, or, played a role where damage and death were not the things that they were responsible for. Right. So that mindset is a little too, it's too broad. It's too broad. It's too unnuanced. It's too, it's too black and white. So yeah, I agree with you, especially when you look at a guy like Plattner. It's like, what's the point of prison in the first place? Is like rehabilitation, right? To make people productive members of society who, try to make life better for everybody and do good by themselves. Well, there's nobody better than Plattner. I mean, he's a classic example of that sort of stuff where Plattner's out there. Like he's about that life. He's like a fucking real democratic socialist. He's trying to get people healthcare. He's trying to fucking end the wars. Like he's trying to go after the billionaires. Like, I mean, he's the real deal, it seems like. Now, look, maybe ultimately he's a Fetterman and I'm wrong and I'll look like a fucking idiot and I'll own that. But I don't think that's the case. I think he's the real deal. So those people are just weird to me. That's what I would say.
All right.
Sir Donut Man, thanks for the $10. Okay, but rolling the convo back a bit, crunchy or smooth peanut butter. I'm personally a crunchy supremacist. By the way, Kyle, I love your show. Dragged me away from libertarian brain rot. So thanks a whole lot. Well, thank you, Sir Donut Man. We appreciate it. I'm going to give a very controversial take, which is I lean pro smooth, but I also do love crunchy. Because we had crunchy the other day here and I had it and I was like, oh, this is better than I remembered.
Yeah, I think I'm a smooth guy too, but I wouldn't turn down crunchy, but I'm more smooth peanut butter. I like the Reese's makes a smooth peanut butter. That shit is phenomenal.
I'm going to plug in my computer. Give me a sec.
Okay. I think I could take this. If seltzer is a compromise between soda and water, Italian soda is a compromise between regular soda and seltzer. Full flavor with less sugar. I can't say I've ever had Italian soda, but it kind of makes me think it tastes like that Stiller soda, which was like, if I'm going to have soda, I just want to have real soda. I don't want to have some like different variation of that shit.
If seltzer is a compromise between soda and water, Italian soda is a compromise between regular soda and seltzer, full flavor with less sugar. Yeah, I hear you, but I'm still a seltzer supremacist, man.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere on that shit, but we appreciate you. Thanks for the $5, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Sarah Flower, thanks for the $5. To clarify about Paul's ego, he was touched and flattered at first until Kyle referred to his stream as nothing shit, after which he was mortified. Oh, that's okay. That's a shame. I love Paul. No, I didn't mean that in a negative way. I meant it when I say nothing shit. I mean like our show. Our show is nothing shit. Like we're just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's not like we're not being deep here. We're not going deep on policy or fucking news, or we're just like talking. I feel the same way about Paul's thing in a good way, in a positive way, where that's why I watch it. Right? I enjoy it. I want to unplug. That's what I watch.
He still wants to see the clip, so someone send him the clip.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't want to see it anymore. If he turns on me by the end.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, yeah, then don't send it.
Thank you, Penn Taxenstein. We appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
That's a very kind donation. We appreciate you. Diego, thanks for the $10. It's so pathetic seeing right-wingers say Trump just needs to focus and message on affordability. Ours are in power. There is no messaging. It's 100% on them to deliver affordability. Diego, that is a phenomenal point, my friend. That is a phenomenal point. I co-sign that 100%. And thank you for the $10, bro. Become Numa, thanks for the $5. Thoughts on silver being at an all-time high right now and continuing to explode in price? It's over 100% year to date compared to the S&P 500 to 12%. Yeah. Look, long term, I'm very bearish on the market. So like all those conservative investments, I think are good. All the gold, silver, platinum, precious metals, stuff like that. I think those are good because long term, I think the economy is fucked, and precious metals always do better when the economy goes down. So there you go. It makes sense to me.
I watched this guy on Instagram. He's in the gold district down in the city, or the jewelry district. and he walks around with these big barrels of silver, and he'll hand it to people, and he's like, "How much do you think this is?" And then people like yes, and he'll give it to them if they're close. But he'll give them like 3 silver coins, and they're like $50, and it's really like $600 he's handing them, just like some coins.
Jesus. Diego, thanks again for the $10. How closely have you been following the Nuzzy Liza story? I used to think screw both of them, but the more he writes, the more I believe him. Olivia was essentially working as a MAGA operative. Yeah, I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he's spilling all the tea because it's good for his career and it's good for his Substack subscribers and stuff. Like, he's not doing this for altruistic reasons, but he's spilling some real tea, and so I like seeing that tea for sure. So I'm team Liza.
Thanks, Diego.
You can hear. Thanks for the $10. Hi, Kyle and Corin. If you guys watch Stand By Me, rest in peace, him and River Phoenix. And this is Spinal Tap from Rob Reiner. By the way, my username is pronounced Ukoknir. Ukoknir. Okay, Ukoknir. Ukoknir.
I feel like I saw Stand By Me maybe in school or some shit. They might have shown it one time.
I don't know if I've seen any of that stuff, to be honest, bro.
I definitely didn't see Spinal Tap, but I didn't know Rob Reiner did. I think they said Rob Reiner. What? Oh, Rob Reiner is someone else. I think he was the director for A Few Good Men.
Oh, was he? That's a goated movie if he did do that.
Saying. Yeah. But I don't remember Stand By Me. Sorry.
And forgive me, I'm going to mispronounce your name again at some point. Miss Coor, thanks for the $5. Look forward to this each Monday. Love Corin's sense of humor and Kyle outside of politics. Would love to see Molly and Crystal join you guys one stream. That's not a bad idea. They might be down for that.
And Molly, we do the Molly's Mind sometimes. Molly has great insight, and you guys already know Crystal's fucking genius.
And thank you for the $5.
Yeah, thank you.
We appreciate you. Kana Buddy, thanks for the $10. They definitely are hiding your shit. You're my number one person I watch on YouTube, and you didn't show up in my 2025 Wrapped. Also, what's your opinion on the UFC White House next year? It is so fucking trashy, man. I can't even it's hard for me to even believe that this shit is gonna happen. That it's so trashy. They're gonna do a UFC fight on the lawn of the fucking White House. President Xi, save us now. Chinese President Xi, save us from this fucking depravity. We need you to save us, because this is just it's just so gross with this country. It really is idiocracy. We're watching idiocracy unfold. That's what it feels like.
Putting up the photos and then putting an auto pen, it's literally first grade elementary school shit that a president of the United States is doing. It's embarrassing.
Andy Dandy, thanks for the $5. How many angry Canadian geese can you take on in a fight? Maybe 2. What would you say?
Yeah, I don't think I could. If they're angry, if it was just a Canadian geese, maybe 17. If they're angry, probably 1.
Yeah, you got to break their necks, bro. You just got to.
Oh, I couldn't.
Snap them bitches,
Oh, I was walking in New York City and I saw. I was at the Natural Museum of History and it was late. And underneath the dinosaur came this little mouse, and he was just running around. And I was like, "Oh, that's disgusting." And then I'm walking on the sidewalk, and there's a big ass rat next to me, and I was like, "God, I feel like you can't go to New York City now and not see a rat." I feel like
that's what it is, dog.
But I feel like in the past, you never used to see a rat that much.
Oh, you're tripping. I used to see him all the time when we were younger.
Oh.
Absolutely, yeah. The rats are always there, dog. Always.
Oh.
But on geese, one time I was at soccer practice and somebody kicked a ball and it hit a goose in the neck, and the neck just went fell right off that bitch. Oh. Yeah, crazy. Noah, thanks for the $10. Kyle, I love the KKF interview of Cam Caskey. I live and go to school in New York 12 and can't wait to go knock doors for him. Well, shout out to you, Noah. We love that and we appreciate that. And go Cam. Go Cam Caskey.
Where's New York 12? Is that Long Island?
New York 12 is the district where Cam Caskey is running. No, it's New York City. It's New York City. Okay. I don't know where in New York City, but it's New York City.
Shout out, Noah. Thanks.
S3VR3X, thanks for the $5. Kyle, been a fan since 2016. You're OG and love watching you. Do you still have your New York City studio, bringing back the neon sign from your old studio, Seth? I do still have that studio. I would love to bring it back, but it's it is solidly in place. It is fucking drilled in to that wall, bro. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull that off. I always constantly bring stuff back here from New York, but that one I think is a little too hard for me to pull off. But at some point in the future, I will use that studio again. So you're just going to have to hang on to that glorious day.
When you got that neon sign, I feel like I remember
goated.
First got it. Yeah, that shit was
the first one they sent me broke. They need to send me a new one.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That Grinch, thanks for the $5. Kyle is an introvert and independent kind of guy. Did you find it hard to get adjusted to being married, sharing a bed, having enough you time, etc.? I mean, that's a great question. No, I don't think it was that difficult. I like being around Crystal, and in the same way that Corin, when me and you were together, I don't feel like I need to get away from you. Mm-hmm. There's certain personalities where you just clash and I gotta get away from this person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like I need to get away from you. I don't feel like I need to get away from my wife. Like we just sort of vibe. So no, I didn't feel it was a big change, but it didn't feel like a big change, if that makes sense. So the transition was actually pretty smooth.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. No, that's a good answer.
Cameron, thanks for the $15. Hey, Kyle, I highly recommend you check out Dr. Pete Slezak. Slezak. He's the Australian Noam Chomsky, the Epstein Association. Super impressive guy who'd make a great guest on KKF. Peter Slezak. Yeah, I haven't seen any interviews with that guy. Usually, these sorts of people would pop up on some other, whatever, Chris Hedges channel or some shit like that. But maybe I'm just not as plugged in as I once was. Anyway, all right, I wrote him down, and I will take
next person's spacebar is clearly not working.
Hi, can you give us some thoughts on Congo and Sudan? Because these are criminally underreported. The UAE is doing stuff in Sudan which rivals what Saudi did in Yemen, all for gold. Yeah, not good. Not good. I did hear quite a bit about Sudan. I think did Cameron Kasky? I think he released something on the Sudan recently.
Didn't Trump tweet something and then was it Cardi B or someone was like, you did it, or Nicki Minaj?
Nicki Minaj has been sucking off MAGA. It's pretty gross. Yeah, but yeah, the UAE is our ally, so sort of fuck them, and we should crack down on them to try to stop this bloodshed in the Sudan, because if they're behind it, then I don't think we should ever fund or arm any human rights violating countries, and if they're that, then just cut them off. That's what I would say.
We're towards the bottom half.
Cloud Machine, thanks for the $5. What's up, guys? Do you think Timberwolves' chances at the title? What do you think the Timberwolves' chances at the title are? I hate the Western Conference. Much love for Minnesota. I mean, they did great. What was it? Last year they did really good. They went really far. Was that 2 years ago?
No,
but
last year.
Anthony Edwards is a problem. Julius Randle is a problem. DiVincenzo is a problem.
Just trade us back DiVincenzo and call it a day.
Yeah, and I think they might. I think they were, Knicks are trying to do that. But I think you got a chance. I think you got a chance. It's a long shot, but I think you got a chance.
Yeah, I think it's a long shot now. I think it's almost like the West is too good otherwise. I think there's other teams that are playing. Like the Spurs are really good. OKC. Like there's too many teams they got to run through. And I don't think Anthony Edwards has it all in him to do it himself.
Corin, how many more do we have left? Because I'm going to determine whether or not I pee real quick.
1, 2, 3. Pretty solid amount. We could do the bigger ones. All
right, what I'll do is I'll pee and then we'll come back and rapid fire these bitches.
Okay.
All right,
cool. This one doesn't look like it's for me. So thanks a lot. I'm wearing a pair of contacts. These are my old contacts that mess with my eyes. So if it looks like I'm tired, it's because my other contacts are in. What are the chances for creators like, no, this is Kyle. Left his family. And Chris was talking about this. I don't know. Do they all agree on shit? Thanks for a super sticker, Jaybird Jet Wings. I'll go back to this. I think the chances are pretty slim. And Anthony Edwards, I think, is injured a lot too. So like him being injured, the team gelling. DiVincenzo, I don't think is happy there. I don't think Julius Randle's a good fit with their team. I don't think they have a good shot at winning a championship, but you never know. And Minnesota, we'll see how they do. What else we got? Anything? When's our interview? These are the questions that I get. The interview with AI Abraham Lincoln is
all right, let's do it. When's your interview with AI Abraham Lincoln? Not happening. I'm not going to copy Glenn Beck, but we appreciate you. Rashad, thanks for the $10. What are the chances for creators like I Am Blakely, Taylor L, Pearlmania, Sam, Emma V, and Crystal talk about these differences as a leftist family? Aussie, Chorus, Crockett, the infighting is demoralizing. I don't see that much infighting, bro. I mean, I don't see that much infighting. Maybe I'm too much in my own bubble. Maybe I don't pay attention enough. But man, disagreements are going to happen from time to time as long as people keep it respectful. It is what it is. But, I'm not against having a conversation. But anyway, there you go. G. Clarky, thanks for the $5. Yo, Kyle and Corin, congrats on the sub milestone. Any chance of getting Chris Kunzler on KKF? I have him on the list, buddy. He is on the list, and we shall see. Got to be patient. We got a lot of people lined up.
G. Clarky.
RM Punk, I see what you did there. Thanks for the $5. Kyle, would you ever consider going on Timcast? Would love to see you debate Phil Labonte on that show. He was a libertarian before, but now a MAGA. No, I would not go on that show. That Russian-funded puppet freak.
Oh, that's
I'm good.
Cool.
Yeah.
How is that core power? I've seen that places. Is that a protein?
How's what?
The drink.
This is fine. This is
yeah.
just it's just
Like a
it's like a
protein?
milkshakey type protein shake.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Reborn, thanks for the $50. Kyle, you should make a segment about the case for raising the minimum wage in Mexico during AMLO. 13 million made out of poverty, mainly because of it. Yeah, I mean, I talk about the minimum wage all the time. I have done like sort of deep dive adjacent stuff in the past, so you could definitely check that out. I'm sure it'll come up at some point in the future. We appreciate you. Thanks for the $50.
Thanks,
appreciate that. Anthony Grimo, Kyle, have been frustrated with Crockett support over Tallarico from our side. He is the better option. He calls out the billionaires and doesn't take PAC money. Crockett took crypto blood money. Again, Tallarico took money from a Miriam Adelson aligned PAC. I need people who are pro Tallarico to just take it down a couple notches because your guy is sketchy. He just is. Now, so is Jasmine Crockett. All the things you say she's wrong about those things. She also has a bad voting record on Israel, took crypto money, etc. Just take it down a couple notches. The fact of the matter is, whether Crockett wins or Tallarico wins, I regret to inform you, I think we're going to get a pretty standard Democrat. I think we're going to get a pretty standard Democrat. So that is what it is. If that triggers people, too fucking bad. I'm right. But thank you anyway. B. Fred, thanks for the $5. Forcing people to gamble in person is ableist. Older people, disabled people should be able to use their phone to place a sports bet. Don't hit me with silly arguments like that. Don't say it's ableist. People are better off if they don't gamble. That's a fact. Now, they might want to do it, but you're still better off if you don't. Like, can you argue for some loophole that allows people to fucking gamble? Sure. Maybe we can allow exceptions for disabled people or whatever. But I really sort of resent the way that argument is framed. Like, you should allow me to ruin my life in a unique way because I happen to be disabled. Like, isn't your life hard enough already as it is? Like, this shit is bad. Let's be honest about it. It's fucking bad. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. At least if you're going to ruin your life, do it in person.
Hey, y'all. U.S. Grant's cousin from the last stream. The same day I found out about Bernie Sanders in 2015 was the same day I found out about Kyle. Been a fan ever since. Helped me seek the truth in politics. Well, shout out to you, D. Hill. And that is a wild coincidence. Finding me and Bernie on the... You might be the only person in the world who learned about me and Bernie on the same day. So shout out to you.
It's a good day.
B. Fred, thanks again for the $10. What Trump did in Korea and LBJ did in Vietnam and GWB did in Afghanistan, Iraq is still worse than any of Trump's foreign adventures. I'm going to try to keep it respectful. No. The biggest warmonger this country has ever fucking seen is Donald Trump at this point. The only person, the only one that you have a case for is Truman because of the fucking nuclear bombs. But outside of that, no, I think Trump is objectively a bigger warmonger because he's doing damage in more places. More individual countries, right? You could do, yes, I agree.
In our own country.
Yes, like he invaded the U.S. with the U.S. military. That is fucking crazy. That's crazy. Now, quantitatively, you're right. If you just go by the number of deaths, yes, you're right. That almost all of these people are quote unquote worse. But I think Trump's impact is bigger in a negative way than anybody else. And also, like, it's 2025. We're supposed to have evolved out of that sort of stuff. This, like, fucking primitive-ass, dumbass way of governing. But he's somehow making it worse as time goes by. So I would respectfully disagree. The list of warmongering, the ways he's warmongered is, like, insanely long, and nobody even talks about it. And that's what drives me the most crazy, is that people, like, downplay it like this. I feel this is, like, downplaying the harm he's caused, and that just drives me crazy. Is there a chance to reclaim the Senate next year? I've seen up to 53 Democrat. Does it depend on Dem socialists winning in primaries? No, I just think it's a hard map for Democrats in general. That's what I think it is. It's a hard map for Democrats in general. So it's just the nature of like the seats that are up for races lean more conservative. But yes, is it possible that the Democrats win? Yes, it's just a heavy lift, I would say. Would you guys be down to do a Christmas gift tier list? Well, I would say no, Jerry, because I don't know what would be on that list.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. I pulled up a stocking stuffer list, and it had some random stuff on there, but it's like everybody puts different shit in their stocking stuffer, and it'd just be like every single toy.
Oh, I know the answer to this question. It's Lancer Cream. Kyle, you said a few weeks ago that you used Marianne's moisturizer but couldn't remember the name. Do you remember it now? Shout out to Grandpa Philip Rivers for at least giving us a chance to win. Go IU. Yeah, it's called Lancer Cream. It's expensive, but it works. You put it on your fucking face at night and in the morning, and you freeze in time at whatever age you are, and you don't age beyond that, it feels like.
Look into some of that shit. And yeah,
she looks amazing.
Beasted. She looks great.
She looks great.
Rivers beasted, and IU's hopefully The shout out to their quarterback won the Heisman.
Handle 39, thanks for the $5. There are plenty of reasons to criticize Dems, but it's dumb when Republicans are literally fascists in power. The good part is we're getting good lefty folks. I totally agree with that. I co-sign the shit out of that. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Lefty Memes, thanks for the $5. Favorite Nintendo console? I think the Wii is goated. I like the casual aspect of it. I play Wii Fit every morning to get energy flowing during the winter. I love that. That's awesome, brother. I would say Nintendo 64 is super goated. I could spend all day playing that shit, and it would be easy peasy.
64 is up there. I like Super Nintendo, and then
I do too, but I like 64 better.
64, yeah, but they have a lot of goated systems.
Brenner, thanks for the $5. LAPC is January to March 2026. Consider one of their tournaments and have a poker comeback moment. Excuse to go to LA and have in and out. LAPC.
Oh, poker tournament would be fucking beast.
I'm just typing in LAPC poker, Los Angeles Poker Classic. I don't know. I've been retired from tournaments for a long ass time, man. That seems like a heavy lift. It's going to be like thousands of people. That would take a while, that tournament. I need a small one.
You'll do well.
I would do well, but it's taxing. I need like a 100 to 500 people is what I want, not like thousands, you know?
Yeah. Still a lot more. So I'm going to, after this one, which I hope, and I don't think that first part is true. I'll do some of the bigger ones.
Hate to break it to you, Jalen Brunson is pro-Trump, pro-deportation, and pro-tariff. Alperin Shangoon is anti-Trump, pro-Palestine. Rockets next. I don't believe you.
Yeah. I think he's just a Rockets fan.
He's trolling. Jalen is not pro-Trump. Jalen is the man. He would not do that to us.
All right, we're going to finish with some of these bigger ones just because it's getting late.
Hemp-derived THC was a legal loophole to sell in red states like here in Texas. The difference is indistinguishable. Governor Hot Wheels vetoed a ban earlier this year. Back to street dealers I go. Damn. That's crazy, bro. That sucks. Shout out to you, though. Thanks for the $10.
They've been talking about that THC is getting banned.
Thanks for the $10, bro. Thanks for reading my super chat. Much love. You should talk to the Majority Report about TTI. I'm a survivor, and those places torture teens since the 1960s by kidnapping them through parental rights. Oh, shit. That is fucking disturbing as fuck, and I'm sorry to hear about that, man. That's a terrible story. Calvin Jones, thanks for the $10. Hey, guys, there's a whole lot of GOAT talk about LeBron versus Kobe versus Michael Jordan. I think LeBron is washed at this point. But who you want to take that shot with 3 seconds left in the game? I mean,
I say Kobe, but like LeBron is not washed. You're bugging on that take right there. I don't want LeBron taking my last shot.
I mean, I'd probably go Jordan for the last shot, but I would like to see a statistical analysis as to who was more clutch, because I just go with whatever the statistical analysis says, you know?
Yeah, that's true. LeBron might win that statistical shit right there, but I think
I'm sure somebody's done a video on it.
There has to be, but I don't think he shoots the shot when they're losing. I think his is different when they're either tied or up. He makes more clutch shots.
Get Duck, thanks for the $10. 50-year-old grandma here, never paid attention to politics or voted. You've helped me understand that if you do nothing, then you're part of the problem. Thank you. Well, thank you. We appreciate you, Get Ducked, and love that personal story. Facts. Keep watching. We love you. Hello, mate. Thank you, Canna Buddy. Have you seen or covered AI 2027? There's a video called We're Not Ready for Superintelligence by AI. In context, it's a very informative video on the potential dangers of AI. He covers it all. I have not seen that, but that sounds very, very interesting, and perhaps I'll take a look. Canna Buddy, thanks again. Hello, mate. Have you seen or covered AI? We already did this one, but thanks again for the $10. We appreciate you.
Oh, do we do this? Oh,
yeah, we did this one.
Oh,
Mr. Cytec, thanks for the $5. Kyle, great show today. When will you do shirts again? I got first and second version of your Secular Talk shirts, wanting a Secular Corin Friends show shirt now. I hear you. Nothing's in the works, man. Nothing's in the works at the moment, but I love that you're looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I've been told to do merch and stuff, but I haven't really been on that for a while. Endless Dick videos, have him on B. You had Jesse Lee, slavery apologist. I did not have him. He had me. And Hassan Tanky apologist. I did have Hassan on. He ain't a Nazi. You can think H is cool and not be a Nazi, bro. No, you really can't. Right? Like, you really can't. If you think Hitler's cool, you're a Nazi. Yeah. That's what it is in my book. That's what it is in my book.
Me too.
Yeah, facts. MFC Productions, thanks for the $10. What's up, boys from Chicago? I'm a Northwestern alum and Chicago resident and loved your interview with Justin Jackson. Corin, you got to catch a football game at our new stadium when it opens. Love. Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out to Justin Jackson, too, man. He was the real one. He still is a real one.
That's our boy. Hope he's doing well out there, man. Haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah. And Northwestern did build a new phenomenal stadium that I would love to check out. So, yeah, maybe I'll get out there one time. But shout out to you. I appreciate you. I felt like I did a good interview with Justin.
Kyle, do you know Chris Fields, progressive, running against Cory Booker? Corin, what would it take for the Nets to be more respected in the New York City area? Win a chip.
Even if they won a chip, the Knicks would always still run New York.
Ready for the Knicks to lose tomorrow? Cade for MVP. Lakers race banner. Oh, you are tripping, Gary Tour.
All those takes are just so horrible right there.
Trash. The Lego Bug, thanks for the $10. Kyle, I'm the Stuart Klinsky guy. Trump's fentanyl is WMD is just like Michael Scott declaring bankruptcy. Yeah, it's also Trump trying to justify murdering Americans. So it's actually kind of terrifying if you think about it. Government, thanks for the $10. Kyle, I wish you didn't cover Fuentes so often. I'm tired of seeing his punk ass Nazi face in my sub box. No hate, just annoyance. I hear you, man. I hear you, but he's a big part of the right wing environment now and the culture now. So I feel like I have to cover him. Pro UBI, monarchist, Latin mass Catholic, always voted third party since 2008, but 24 voted to block Trump. Didn't work. There are more of us than you realize, wary of being shamed, legislated out, but F fascism, F Trump. Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel, right? That's how I feel. I was like a too cool for school, holier than thou leftist who dabbled in third party politics, but now it's like, no, we just got to do whatever we can to defeat the fascists. It's that simple.
All right, last one. I think this was a record on questions asked.
Anthony Grimo, thanks for the $10. Kyle, I politely deny Tallarico fought his ass off for gun regulations in Texas while Crockett was defending a genocidal ethno-state. I can go on and on. Tallarico has downfalls, but is way better. Well, vote for Tallarico. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
We are at the end. Sorry if I missed your chat. I had to get to some of the bigger ones just because of time and my contacts bothering the shit out of my eyes. I got to look into the surgery because these contacts are horrible.
It'll change your life, bro. Do the surgery. It'll change your fucking life.
I got a flu shot and literally was sick the next day. And I was trying to think of anything else that like you have to like they give you a little bit of it to be immune to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I do know what you're saying. It always after you do that, when you're feeling sick, you're like, why'd I do that? I probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. It's like you don't want to die. Here, we're gonna make you die for 5 minutes and then you can live forever.
But I'll tell you what, you'll be happy if you get the flu though, because it'll be way more mild than somebody who didn't get the flu shot,
That's true.
So there's that.
All right. So the most amount of questions today, Kyle, you're a beast. Thank you to everyone who sent in some stuff. Watch Kyle's show. Keep living. Stay safe.
All right. We'll see you guys next week, man. Have a good one, y'all.
Peace out. Oh, thank you guys. Sorry if I missed your chat. I'll get to them next week. It was a long one tonight. So appreciate you guys rocking with us. Who's going to get the last word tonight? Trayvon, you leaving us on peace, y'all? Tracy, good night. That one. That's a good one. You guys are beast. Peace. Love you guys. See everybody next week.